Hello, Fearless Gamers, and welcome to With the Fearless. I am Matt, and I am joined by the mysterious and very rarely seen James.
Yo.
He's a man of few words. So, as the title of this stream suggests, we are going to be doing a live reaction to the Warhammer live summer preview event of 2026. This is where they're going to be showing off some new stuff that hasn't been revealed, stuff that has been revealed, and going off of some different things. Like, they've already confirmed they're going to be talking about a new army for Age of Sigmar. They're going to be talking about the first codexes of 11th edition, which I think we can safely guess is going to be Space Marines and Orcs, because we're going to put them in the starter box set, but make them the last codexes.
I mean, it'll be a cold day on Earth when Space Marines aren't one of the first codexes made for an edition.
Indeed. Yes. They're going to be talking about the new pre-painted terrain, which I like. I like that idea.
It's a fine idea. It's just going to cost a premium.
Yes, it probably is.
But they're not the first, by the way. There's plenty of terrain companies out there that offer fully painted terrain.
Yes, indeed.
They're just generic.
Yep.
Specific.
This is all going to be Warhammer specific. It'll be allowed to have the Aquila on it.
Yes.
This
the day of your daughter's wedding.
They're going to be talking about some Horus Heresy stuff. The way they put it, it was all the rest of the Heresy models. So, I don't know what that means.
It means they're not coming.
And
I want Mark V armor. I want Mark V armor that's been bigulated to the proper size, everything else in plastic.
Yeah, that's like, I think, the only armor that isn't in plastic.
It's also the only really, I mean, not the only unique. True Mark VI is unique, but like, it gives you something different because of why it exists with all the studs and whatnot, and we don't have it.
And I've come prepared. I got myself a drink. I got a box of tissues because this is a reaction video, so of course we got to get all emotional, so I'll either tear down the curtains, rip apart my brand new Dark Angel Secret Labs chair, or Or I'll just go through a whole box of tissues and then the wife will have to come and console me because I'm just so happy.
I hope that they announce Zelda this time. Wait, wrong stream. Nothing's gonna. I'm sorry, GW. You're not gonna beat the emotion that stirred in so many people. I mean,
all the emotions.
I got a little emotional, a little like, oh wow, like the nostalgia just hit me in a wave. I mean, between that and Star Fox, being Star Fox 64, the remake of a remake
of a remake.
Yeah,
they do the same game over and over again.
That's the secret sauce about Star Fox. It's always a remake.
Well, to be fair, when they did other games, everyone always trashed them.
Yeah, I like Star Fox Assault. It was an actual successor, but like between Star Fox, which my jam, and Ocarina of Time, I'm gonna have to get a Switch too. I haven't had one yet, but I know it's out.
You're sitting there going, I ain't never buying a Switch 2, and then you heard that Ocarina music, and you're like, son of a bitch, you cheated.
That and Star Fox was the cheat code for so many people. They're like, wait a minute.
And what's funny is everyone was talking for like months, like, Ocarina of Time remake is coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And then they announced it, holy crap, they're doing one! What the heck? Like, they never even considered a remake happening.
Well, because, like, for how many years were people going, Ocarina of Time remake? Like, since the Switch, basically, they saw... Stuff like they were like, "Oh man, this is gonna be amazing! I can't wait for," and then it never happened. And then finally,
it's like Metroid Prime 4.
They did it perfectly because it was okay. That's Hyrule. There's a Deku, and then they did the Ocarina notes, and people were like, "Oh wait a minute."
Yep. Which familiar is the best? You're not giving me any answers to pick from, GW, so I don't know what you count as a familiar. Okay. The Sanctifier Cherub with Incentivizer, the Skeletal Familiar, Yunari's Yvraine's Gyrinx, or Loten's Octar? I have no idea what that last one is.
I'd probably say the Cherub because it's Imperial.
Yeah, either that or the Gyrinx. Or the Skeletal Familiar. I don't know, which one is GW gonna say is the best? Lothen's Octar. Let us move on to our feed here, because it's going to be starting soon.
So they say.
Yep, and let me turn on the audio. Now, here's the big question. How many technical difficulties are they going to have during the middle of this stream?
Welcome to this very exciting preview. This is the big summer Warhammer preview.
Dude.
This is Eddie Eccles, and we're delighted to have your company.
Yeah,
why is he not in the Dark Angels chair? He constantly says he's a Dark Angels player, and he's sitting in the Ultramarines chair.
Well, he's got a shirt on.
Should run to about that long, depending on how fast we talk.
Yeah, he does have a shirt on, but still, he didn't be like, no, I want the Secret Labs Dark Angel chair.
With loads of cool
Warhammer
things.
Budget.
We've got things to cover from Warhammer 40,000.
Wasn't in the
Warhammer
budget.
Age of Sigmar, Warhammer the Old World, Warhammer Necromunda, Warhammer Blood Bowl, Warhammer Horus Heresy, and Legions.
Oh yeah, they're gonna talk about Old World. It's like, are they gonna talk about the fact that yes, it's still coming?
Well, Old World's been around. It's just that in the it's like in our, it's weird. All the games we're always like, they're dead. Old World, Horus Heresy, Legion. Apparently, we're the only area that no one plays that. Every other region plays those games.
I'm glad that the Toon Kings have their models around again. I would definitely like to get one like the War Sphinx or whatever, but it's just like Old World, and then I guess in this region it then became Crickets the moment it came out. Like,
people from Texas, there's people from
yep, no, definitely. Like, but like I said, it's like, because I have another friend who constantly goes like, oh, like, Old World was dead, like, the second it came out. And then I do some research and everyone's like, no, here in California, we always have like 50 tables dedicated to all these games you people on the East Coast say are dead. And they're always filled with a wait time. And I was like, what?
yeah, I guess it just depends.
It all depends on just the area, and like, but to be fair, like, how many gaming stores are near you? How many gaming stores are near me that have tables?
Within So within like an hour drive, which is a lot
meanwhile, the other thing I've
for
been
one
doing
way,
a little bit of my hobby
I think
now
I
is
have.
been sort of theory hammering some
I know
armies,
of
using the
5.
40,000
Yes,
apps.
yes.
And I've been
And
looking at, I saw
the
some
thing
tutorials,
is,
they're really interesting little
like
videos
me,
on
let's see, I've
Amazon
got
where
Men at
That's not
Arms,
GW.
I got Grim, I got Bayshore, I got I've got a couple, but the biggest problem with all of them is they either have no game tables or like 2 game tables,
Yeah, a lot of people
and
always
they only
list.
support the 2 major ones. The big 3, 40K, Age of Sigmar, and Horus Heresy. And Horus Heresy I just put in there because like they'll sell the items, but like very few people talk about it. Though
So these have a good amount of tables in each one, but they're a variety store. So like either they sell a bunch of comics,
mhm.
or they do Gunpla or whatever else. So they don't have the real estate to have like overall on display. Maybe they have a couple of models, but that would be about it. And also most people, everybody plays 40K in the area, so they just have that going on. Or pick a non-GW product and they may have something like that going on.
Okay, looks like we got our new 40K reveal is the starter set.
That's
This is
a
the non-
cop-out reveal. Of course, there's going to be a starter set. We know this.
They always do a theme box set, and then they take that theme box set, take out the theme, and go starter set. Because it's just the Armageddon box without the narrative gameplay cards.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's got nice terrain in there. Oh, I think it has the pre-painted terrain in there. Nice.
A combat patrol of orcs. You've also got a battlefield of stuff to play across, and effectively a combat patrol.
I heard the
Two
Lance.
combat patrols with terrain.
Yes, with the pre-painted terrain. I did hear that the land speeder connection point is garbage.
Not too bad from what I've seen. I looked at some stuff from people doing. What one guy did was really cool. Is he replaced the connection point with like I don't know what it is, but it's one of those things that it holds its position how you flex it, so you can make his land speeder bank wherever he wants to have it.
Okay.
Wherever he wants, which is pretty cool.
But I've seen people like apparently when they revealed it at the box set, the store that they sent it to, the display model was broken already because it's hung by the sensor at the bottom of the land speeder.
You definitely got to be careful with it.
We got a start here box for those who just want the Space Marines, and 2 paints, blue and gold.
Yeah, and this is perfect.
Did they just assume my chapter?
No, because it's blue and gold. It can be like several. That can be Celestial Lions. You can have the entire coloration of Celestial Lions just with those 2 paints.
Fair.
Yes, this is.
Did they just assume my orcs?
Green. So you have
Maybe my orcs are red.
Then you've got a bunch of variously orky paints. So this is a great little set. If you
I do want the War Boss from this box set to be used for Alexander in Doranpur when we finally get that recorded and done.
These are nice I like the idea of just taking the Armageddon box set and then breaking down the factions to sell. It just makes sense, and those are good things to buy. Like if I was actually building an army, I would get it. But I'm not. If I do paint up Lamenters actually or my Carcharodons, I'm not doing it as an army. I'm doing it as fun, fully like customized models. So.
One thing that's interesting.
The introductory sets of the introductory sets.
One thing that's interesting is it looks like the starter set doesn't have the rulebook or the data cards, but it has the terrain. So does that mean that the terrain value is the rulebook and the 2 data card sets combined?
Maybe. But what I think is BS, this introductory set has 2 more paints and just combining the 2 sets that had 2 paints.
And I think took like a couple of minis. Like they went from a whole box set to like a squad from each.
Well, what sucks, what's great, what's annoying is those sets have existed, but they always had like the fake paint pots, really tiny like sampler paint pots.
Yeah.
These look like full-blown paint pots. That's not fair.
Then the paint and tool set comes with the clippers, the mold remover, which I never found that tool to be useful. I just used the back of a hobby knife.
Honestly, I have it.
if you've
the
never
amount of
painted
time-
Warhammer models before, this would be a decent pickup.
On their
this is a
detail
lovely little
pieces, it's
set.
a bit
I started
annoying
with
and
a
cumbersome. The
set
back
a
and
lot
nice is
like
better,
this
but
when I
I've
started playing
utilized
Warhammer.
that tool a
You can
lot
paint
more than I
almost
thought I
anything
would.
with this
Really?
set. You've got all your
For
primary
like
colours
larger
and
flat
black and
things
white
or just
and
an
your
obvious
metallics
mold
and,
line, it just
some really
scrapes
useful
it
little
down
tools. So
really
this is
nice
just
because
a
you get the
really
curves, so you
solid
don't
base
have to
for
worry
a
about
Yeah, absolutely. If
curving
you want
it.
a little more
Okay.
whatever. Army, you can start with this. Which
But
is
I
very
don't
much
know
like
if it's the
I
same
started
tool, but
painting before.
that's fun.
Yeah, it's the
Painted
same
today.
basic tool. I think they just took out the handle and made it smaller.
And a couple of orc boys
And now you got the
Yeah,
boys paint set, which is 3 orc boys. No, 2 orc boys and a Gretchens. What can you do with that? Or 2 space marines.
Deep breath. That was a lot of ways
You can
to
do more with 2
start
space
your
marines than
Warhammer
those aggression and 3
experience.
orcs.
I'm just talking like, in general, like, where can you put those guys? And when you buy more kits, you'll always have those 2 extra dudes.
Well, you could always have them to sub out like a special weapon if you don't want to take a special
Nice.
weapon.
I guess, yeah.
It follows on
But the
quite
orcs
nicely,
is like, we can
but
do-
we're gonna talk about
Yeah.
some terrain now. So we've got some
Oh,
really
now they're going to be
interesting
talking about the
kits to talk
terrain.
about
Let's
and talk
pop
about.
the...
First is Combat Patrol Battle Zone. So this is
Battle
all
Zone.
of the terrain you see here in a box, along with the game boards and the.
The paint job
tiles
looks
to,
nice.
The
Oh, the
terrain
tiles are included.
prints to put
Oh yeah,
terrain
the
on.
footprints. Yeah, they
This is
need those
everything in one
because
box.
you
No,
need
I
to
mean,
know
like,
if they're...
I think the whole like
Yeah.
fold out
And
thing.
if you've
Yeah,
already
this is
bought the
all of
starter
this is
set,
included.
if you add this box
Yeah, which
onto
is
the
nice.
starter set,
Usually they
you
just show you
effectively
around the
have
table,
a
but the
full
table.
Well,
the
just
table is
full
those-
worth of
those things are
terrain,
probably
like
just
an incursion
thin
of 2,000 point
poster
game.
paper.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
better
In
than
a
just
self-contained
playing on a
set,
hardwood
it is
table.
the
This is true.
to write
This is
out
true.
stuff to play Combat Patrol.
Yeah,
And
worth
the paint
noting
job
is
on those
this
terrain
one-
is nice. I
this
really
lot
like
of
that.
models in the starter set are unpainted,
Mhm.
so all of these terrain pieces they come on the.
Because not
Oh,
everybody's
plastic
gonna
they're
make
familiar
a
with,
foam
easy
bottom
to
for
put
their
together,
table.
and then
So
you can
having
paint them in
something
the
like
colour
that
scheme
that
suits
is
your
nice.
board at home or your armies or whatever you would like.
Yeah, this set, Combat Patrol set, comes in around the same price as a Combat Patrol itself.
Perfect.
Okay,
Right,
so-
if you want to
About the
add
same
more
price as
things
the
to it,
Combat
or you're
Patrol.
just
Yeah.
want to focus
And they
on
commented that
building
the
a strong
terrain in the starter
certain
set is
preferences,
unpainted.
We've got a few little terrain sets to talk about. This is the Manufactorum Ruins, which are those sort of classic building shapes that you often see on battlefields. There's some of these in that Combat Patrol set that we just showed you before. There's more. There's also the galvanic
see.
network. This represents these power lines and things that run across the sort of ash wastes of Armageddon.
I
It is
just
a
like
wonderful
seeing the
way
terrain
to,
because like
Terrain
you
is so
get
good.
more
to
of
a
what-
battlefield.
world
And then you've
building.
got the capacitor cluster here, which looks like it's riding
So like
with electricity.
capacitors and
you've
galvanic
got, like, a
things,
really
you get a
unfortunate
sense of like the
servitor
infrastructure
trapped
on a
in the
planet,
console
which
at
is
the
pretty cool.
Yeah, life's pretty tough. for
I
some
would
people,
like to
but
see
we don't.
them branch
It is,
out and do
it's not the
Xeno
best.
stuff like
Now,
this stuff.
I
One
would
of the
love
things
if they
is really
did
exciting
more
terrain
Xeno
all comes
stuff.
unpainted, and is all coming fairly soon down the pipe.
That's
There's
absolutely true.
something else we need to explain to people that you've already talked about a little bit with Aiden on a video before, right?
That's absolutely right. Currently, all the terrain in my collection is Eddie painted. Very
Perfect.
soon, I'll be able to also benefit from ready painted terrain. This is the new ready painted Battlefield Armageddon box, and this is everything you need for a full incursion-sized game of Warhammer 40,000 in one box, and all of the terrain in this comes ready painted and ready. To
Okay,
Yeah,
so
box is
everything we
enormous.
just
It is
saw
packed with
was
absolutely
pre-painted.
loads of fantastic,
This one
terrain,
is
and
the
we've got
box
one
set
here to
with
open.
pre-painted
So
terrain.
what
The
we
rest
thought
was
we'd do is actually
unpainted.
just crack
Sorry.
one open
Yeah.
and build one of the terrain pieces in it,
So
nice and
while-
quickly, to show you what it's like.
While Adam tells you about it, I'm going to build one of the terrain pieces in here
Great.
to show you how
So
quickly
the
we
Get
can
pre-painted
clipping,
but
right? So what we've
unbuilt,
got is
that's
some
interesting.
nice pictures to show you.
Yeah,
how
that
you
is
get to see the
interesting.
work. So here
Yeah.
you can
Makes
see
sense,
what
but
we're
also,
dealing
like, I
with.
wonder how that's gonna
Essentially,
work.
it is a full
I guess they would
Battlefield
be
work, already
unscrewed.
painted
It would
terrain.
just be
Can't
in
talk over the rummaging
pieces
and
just
cracking
like
of
sitting
everything.
in like a box.
The set comes with the
Yeah.
game boards that you need. It has the terrain markers, so you know where to put your terrain pieces onto.
There's already
The
like
terrain
tons of
painted
free
terrain,
3D printable
ready painted,
terrain
with
pieces
really
like
well
that
done.
for you,
it's
so you don't
really
even
easy
need
to
their
clip these
official
out into
templates.
frames, put it together quickly,
Yeah.
and start
But
playing
you know, I
in
guess
Warhammer
for
40,000
people who
on a
don't 3D
battlefield
print or
that
just
looks
like,
really
ah,
good.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful way to do it.
Yeah, if you want the
Enormous
official and want the
people
graphic
who,
painted on it.
You know, like me at home, I've already got my own terrain board. But if I wanted to host a game night and I wanted maybe like 3 friends to come over so we could like play round robin style games, this would enable me to do it nice and quickly. You can imagine gaming clubs.
Oh, it is on the
tournaments,
sprue.
And all of those people who have a need for a nice looking battlefield
That's
quickly
interesting.
are going to find this
Pre-painted
really
stuff. Let's
Feel
see.
free to hold that one up.
Ooh,
There
I
you go.
wonder
I'll
if
show
it's
you what
just
it looks
like
like.
it has
Here you go. If
bigger
we get a zoom in
tabs.
on this.
Yeah,
So this is a piece directly
pre-painted
off of the frame that Eddie has just
terrain
worked on,
is
and you can
on.
see the level of detail.
That looks
You've got
good.
The fantastic
Got the
glow
light effect
effects
on it.
around the sort of the lumens and the candles and so on. Inside, you can see the interior detail. Some within the sort of
That's
Yeah, there's some
impressive.
stuff
You
that
can
you'll
see this
blink and you'll miss
chipped
it,
and
but
very nicely.
no,
done,
that's
sort of
pretty
flowing
cool.
down and dripping down the walls. Really is a very impressive.
The other
piece
side of it
terrain.
had lights that were
Almost there.
actually like
Yeah, the
So
little
now
light
what to do now,
effects.
I always try and put these together too early, so I don't want to ruin doing it. So essentially, it just push fits. One of the things that we've discovered.
Oh, and
the,
it push
guys
fits.
who run our global events are really excited about this because it's going to
That
enable
makes
them to
sense.
put together.
Yeah.
because
large
paint,
battlefields
glue is
very
going to
quickly,
strip.
and you can also
And
unclip these things.
this would be
when you're
great for
ready
like
to
someone like
and
me who
put
has limited space.
into a
I could
relatively,
keep it
I
all
think,
disassembled and then
Yeah, the
snap
whole
it
thing,
together real
actually,
quick.
If you leave the kind
Yeah.
of floors off, then the whole thing. Oh, I need to clip out those a bit.
We need to do a bit more clipping.
Bit more
There you
clipping,
go.
tiny bit more clipping. If you take the floors out, the whole thing packs back into the box,
There you go.
pretty much. So that's pretty easy.
Which is nice if you're looking for.
Yeah,
something
then
to
the
store your
box
models.
doubles. That's pretty cool.
I think we're almost there.
Though
Yeah.
I wouldn't. That's the thing.
So one of
I would
things
get the
think is quite nice
terrain.
about
I
this
wouldn't
is,
get the box
I
with the models
speed
because I don't want
through the
orcs
entire
or
it took me
the
all of
only
a Saturday
marine
to
model
get
I want is the
all of
land
Sunday
spader
to speed
and the
through,
librarian.
still
That-
not of the same
The
quality,
land speeder's
uh,
cool. I
as the
like them. I
completion
just
And so you've done the first building in what? The amount of time it's taken us to talk about this. There we
It-
go. Moving it
The
around.
like because
And it
the
really
new
does look
librarian
wonderful.
model I
You can
like
see
him a lot
the
more than the
outdoor
old one. I actually
inside.
sold the old librarian model because I hated the
I'm quite pleased
pose.
with this. I'm quite pleased with the effect
that
I've
does
got on
look
some of
good.
the glow there as well. I think the dry brushing
Are you
I've achieved on
taking
this.
credit for all this work? are you?
Yeah,
Well
I just made this. You all saw it.
Lovely. Nice. So
That's cool.
This is on its way later
Yeah.
in the year. It will come behind all of the other starter products that we just
which
talked
is why I
about.
would love to see stuff like
and
this
so you're
for
looking more
Xenos
towards the
terrain.
autumn time.
Okay, this
Or
is
more
just the
impact.
And
terrain.
in
This
terms
is the
of
pre-painted
price,
box
this
set.
one comes
Okay.
in- it has
Yeah.
twice as much terrain as the Combat Patrol Battlefield, and it comes in at a little bit more than the cost of 2 Combat Patrols.
There you go.
And it's a little more than
Yeah,
2
very
combat
exciting.
patrol boxes.
Okay, so we've
Yeah.
talked
It
about
probably
all
has
the star
one and a
sets, we've
half
talked about all of the terrain,
The
the
amount
ready
of terrain,
paint
'cause it
terrain, very
says bigger
exciting.
than one
I guess we
box,
should
probably
talk a
not
little
the
bit
Yeah.
about the things that
two,
are coming along
but
with the
it's
first
pre-painted,
codex
it's two.
of the
That's
Red
not
we
Paint
too
should
bad.
probably do that.
So it's time to look at some orcs.
You want
Uh,
somewhere?
New orc models.
Get yourself a truck. I got
Ooh.
4 trucks.
The truck's finally getting a glow up.
Bigger trucks. The best trucks. They's got all the gubbins and guns. Grabbing claws, rammy bits, shooters, rockets, you name it. Remember, walking is for gigs and grots. Go fast or go home.
Vehicles may explode when fired upon. Safety of transported boys is not guaranteed.
That was fun. It's a good time to be an orc this year, isn't it?
It is.
Nice.
It's absolutely spoiled.
They're
We
nice
can confirm
looking,
today the
but-
first codex is orcs.
Mhm.
And
The first
alongside the
codex is
there are a whole
orcs.
bunch of new miniatures. One of the most exciting miniatures on its way is
I'm
the
kind of
Fox
surprised. I
and
would have
the
thought
Mech
Marines would have been the
Hero.
first
Talk about the
one.
mech first.
Let's do the mech first. So,
Well, you know
all
whatever
mechs,
ha-
those
you
of
know
you
what
who
always
orcs will know,
happens, right?
these are the
The
mechanics
first
that
thing
basically
is
put
nice,
together
but the
all of
second
the
one is
weird
always
and wonderful.
That is true.
creations that go into
The
battle.
second one
They are
always
evil,
trumps the
they
first
are
codex in
surprisingly
terms of
good at their
power.
Boys with the
Yeah.
innate
Yeah.
knowledge to just make awesome things.
And just
out of
more
shit.
like
gene
cool
coded,
factor.
innate, kind of inherited
Let's see,
knowledge in
new
terms of
mech
how to
boy.
make things like teleporters and trucks and guns and
I
shooters.
wish I had
and-
those skills.
Yeah, I
I'd be
mean,
much
you know,
more
if you
useful
apply
around the
yourself, I'm
house.
sure you can do it.
He's pretty
But
cool.
yeah,
I like
this
him.
Is a really cool miniature.
They're neat.
has a
I
kind
just
of
never really
really
was that
thematic- he's got
into
a kind of
orcs
spanner
visually.
clobber thing there.
Orcs are one of those armies where I enjoy the lore. I enjoy the models, but I never would want to field an army.
So fun to play.
Now,
So
at
with
one
no further
point
ado,
I
let's
had
talk
some
about the
orcs
truck
up, but
then,
because
which
I was
is
thinking,
maybe the
how
star
is
of that
the
show.
smallest I
This
could
is
do
the
it?
new
Where you
orc
have like
truck. It's
flash
the
gets and like
evolution
stuff
of
like
the
and like
classic
mega
orc truck that you
armored
know and
knobs,
love.
and that's basically
A
your
little
army.
bit
And it's
bigger,
like
a few more
for
options,
orcs,
and
it's very
really
small.
Just wonderful to look at. It comes with a variety.
But
of
I love,
options in
I
terms of
love the way the
weapon
truck
mounts,
looks. I like how it's kind of like leaning to one side,
I
and
like
I love
its
the.
dynamic, which is nice. It feels like it's in motion.
Yeah, it feels like an orc is driving it.
But also, it looks like you can. It looks like you can build it where it's
Yeah, this
sitting
is a
straight up
phenomenally
more
cool
level,
mech.
so you can
Like,
Yep.
have the dynamic.
Like
but you
here.
don't need to.
Yep, yeah, you
Yeah.
can control. That is the dynamic posing that dynamic posing on a tank. Like, who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, it makes sense on an orc truck. It probably doesn't have the best suspension package, and it's
Yeah.
not
The
exactly
pintle mount
secure.
goes, where the close combat weapon goes, how
The-
the weapons are positioned,
no, that's
what the
really
drive
cool.
It's
looks like.
nice. I mean, the truck has gotten a consistent glow. The very original truck was like whatever.
Yeah, you could kind of
Yeah.
play
And
with where
the one
wheels are,
before
and I
this was
think
great.
Especially if you've gone
This
for a
looks
really heavy
good.
sort of evil
As good
Sun
as they
or
look,
Speed
though,
Freak style
I
army,
gotta give it
and
to
you want
orc
have a bit
diehard
of
fans.
variety
They
in your
can
force.
scratch
This
build
one kit with very
much better
no
looking
changes
stuff.
at all.
Like
Oh.
much more orky feeling
Can
things.
be
Oh,
built
But
100%. But I'm digging the Mad Max look that they went with these
So we've got
trucks.
a couple here on
They-
the desk.
Mad
the
Max
one that
is
I'm most
basically
excited by
orcs,
is
like,
one of
Yep.
those awesome looking skull prowl.
They're
with the
all running off the Fury Road. Which, funny enough, I've only I've seen the originals, but I haven't seen Fury Road. The wife has seen it.
base in the parking
and
lot
just
there.
show you.
It is a
if
good
you've already
pose.
got some Orc trucks in your
Look.
collection, how nice they're going to look. Don't you mangle them.
They're
Yeah,
don't
see, that-
shame the old one. Oh, we're
The
seeing
old
an
one
ad.
still looks good.
Still
That
holds
one
up.
still looks good. Oh yeah. So,
Yes. Oh, I'm stuck with a. You know what? I'm gonna switch over to YouTube. Because I don't think I have to deal with that stupid ad.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the Twitchies because it just was the first link I clicked on. But I can see him small. There's nothing. It's orc, so I don't really care too much.
There we
I think
go.
There's something to be said for an orc.
Okay,
Ramshackle
so,
look to it.
I'm gonna switch to
you could
this
replace them
one.
completely, or if you want to have a mix, that's absolutely fine. But I think the new ones just bring. They just look great. They've got so many cool options.
Yeah, I agree.
They're gonna look.
You know what it is?
Nice.
Because
So,
Twitch wants you to
that's
like
a couple
pay
of
to not have
tips
ads.
coming for the Orcs.
I
There's
know.
more on the way that people might be able to learn about through the progress of the Deathmire.
Yeah,
events.
that's right. So there's lots of orc stuff still to come. Some of the stuff.
Oh
that
yes,
came
they're
today,
now
some of it
pitching that
will be
new
revealed
campaign they're
potentially
doing
if
where
the orcs do well in
the more
Clan
battles you
campaign
do,
that's
the
currently
more
running. So
minis
if
of
you want to see
affection
some
they'll
more orcs,
release.
play some
Kind of like the
send in
Tyranids and the
results,
Space
and
Marine
you might
one.
see some more very, very soon.
Oh, okay.
There are a few other boxes to talk about today, though. We've got the other stuff from Armageddon as well.
Yeah, that's right. So essentially, if you wanted to pick up some of the things from Armageddon or duplicate them, we're going to be releasing the Dakar rig separately, the War Track separately, and the Weird Boy separately. And
Nice,
also the
nice.
sort of command staff. Is that the right word for an orc?
Sure, why not?
So the banner knob, the big boss, and the pain boy will be releasing a command crew set as well. So there's a whole
That's
bunch of extra
cool.
stuff to
That's
come.
cool
We
because
should probably
usually
talk
the
about
box set stuff
codex
takes
itself.
forever to
Yes.
come out.
So
by
obviously
itself.
it's the first codex of 11th edition, and it heralds
Oh, it's got a
something
little-
really
little
exciting in terms of a
dust
format
jacket thing
change
for the
of Warhammer
limited
40,000
edition.
codexes.
Of course.
So here you can see it's.
Well, they've kind of
contained in this
they've
case,
they've
and we've
stepped
got
down
one
their limited
live
edition.
Yeah, their
live
limited
and
editions haven't
so
been that
it's a
haven't been
perfect
worth the
round trip.
price.
Slightly smaller than
No.
the codexes in
Oh,
terms of
a double fold out.
the height. But it
Oh,
is really
and the
thick
codexes are smaller
packed
now.
with an incredible
Yeah, they're
amount
thicker
of
now, though.
orky content.
They're thicker and they're soft cover again. They're going
the
back
first
to
thing
soft
I would
cover
like to
books.
eulogize on is how incredible
do
the
in a
lore
weird
section
way,
of this
the
is.
soft
We
cover ones
talking
are a bit more durable.
thick
They
lore
are.
section.
They are.
Everything
weird.
you would want
I like
to know
hardcover
about
as
the
books
orcs
go,
and how they
but-
operate.
Don't get
Again,
me
I feel
wrong.
like there's-
Gatefold map you
I
can
feel
see
like
here,
limited
which is
edition
the
should always be
orky perspective
hardcover.
on the galaxy, all the
But-
I could
places
agree
the
with
orcs
that.
fighting all the
Like,
different wars that
I
they
remember
take
back in the
place.
day,
But there's a
the
lot more
soft,
to it than
like,
that. It
I've got a
comes from
third
orcs that
edition
come from
soft cover that's in
culture,
pristine
different
condition
clan structures,
versus some
literally
hardcover
universe
books that
from
look like they're about to
Orcs
fall apart.
And perhaps the most information
The
on
codex
orcs
has
there's
come a
ever
long
been in one
way.
place. Every
now
unit
fully
gets
colored.
its own full bestiary.
No, it wasn't always that way, kiddos.
Yep, a lot of black and white.
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's
Yep.
just nice to see
A lot
full
more
color.
information. Like they pack
so
more
one of the big
information in the
changes,
codexes than
to the
they used
rules in
to.
This codex versus the previous
Yeah.
ones was in the last
Yep,
edition,
they're
there was
talking
quite a lot of
about
rules in your
rules
codex, but
difference.
Quite a lot of them you couldn't use in all the different types of games. So if some of it you could only use in Crusade games, for example, all of the rules in this codex, and there are at least as many rules in this one as there were in the last one, you
Yeah.
can use in every type of game. One of the
Okay.
ways that manifests, you'll immediately notice, is the amount of detachments that you get to play with. There are 15 different
15
in this
detachments,
codex.
and
Loads of
the
rules.
Loads of different
tournament
together,
seed is
ranging
going to
from
say
a
only
couple
3 of them are
varieties
useful.
different states. It gives you a huge variety of different ways.
That's
that
the
you
fun
can potentially
part,
put
making
an
the other
army
ones
together.
useful, because
some of these
what
you could
people
probably
hate
guess
in
at
a,
the
in
themes
a
are like
meta-driven
some fast
society
ones,
is when
some
you
stompy
come with
ones.
that
Yeah, the
rogue
flyboy
list that
gives you
nobody
trouble
has a
over.
proper
Right,
answer
there's
for,
some ones
and they
you
don't
could
know
Yep.
what
probably
to
guess
do,
at,
and they
but
get
there'll be
they get
loads of
so
brand new ways that you can
rage
get an orc
baited.
army that's just never been
Yep.
possible before.
Oh,
And it gives you a
100%.
sense of what codex
It's-
Back in the
will
day,
feel like in
that's
a
what
new
pure
edition, where they will
Deathwing
bring
was.
this
Everybody
huge
saw it, but everybody's like,
variety
"Ah, that's not really
of
useful." But if you
list
built
building
pure
options.
Deathwing
Yeah,
into it, people are like,
absolutely.
"Well,
And
now I don't know how to
there's
deal
more
with the
to it
fact that I
than
got
just the
Terminators in my
detachments.
front lawn."
Obviously, the
Turn
rules
one.
have been
It's
looked
like-
at by the
And they count
Warhammer
as
Fantasy
troops.
team, and they've come
Yeah.
up with some things. This is the,
Let's
army
see.
special rules.
Wogs.
Yeah,
Friendly
so
orc units with
WoW,
this
right,
ability
they
can
had to
reroll
cut the
advanced
WoW
rolls,
codex
become
without
riled
WoW.
up
The
at
WoW
the
rules
start
changed a
of
little
other
bit,
turns.
so
While
there'll
the
be
unit is
some things
ridle
from
up,
earlier, the
5
stuff like
plus
Chain
invone
It
save.
still
That
allows
unit's
you
ranged
to,
weapons have
run
assault.
and charge,
When this unit is selected
but
to make
it
an
now lets you
advanced
reroll
move,
that
that
turn
advanced
as
move
well.
does not prevent
It
that unit
also
from
lets
being
you have
eligible to
assaults
declare
on
a
all of the
charge.
weapons, which is a thing you didn't
War
used to do. So
Cry
that
once
means if
per
you've got very
army.
shooty armies, like speed freaks, you've
At
got
the
those
start of the
big
command
guns
phase, you
using
can use
Yeah,
this
that's
ability.
backwards slash gets
Yeah,
You,
immediately
if you do,
reduce
friendly
assault,
orc units
and
with
it
the
also
WOG
gives you the
ability
riled up ability,
are
which is
riled
all
up
sorts
until
of
the
things
end of the
across all the
next turn.
different bits of the
Not
code
bad.
where other units will be
Can't
flying
really
Sounds
say
right.
much about the
And
rule
it's
until
also
we
will
have
It's a really
the entire
It's a really,
codex
really
to
good
play
one.
with.
One turn of the game, you'll have a great turn every single game.
But
and then all
that's
of the
like that
units
seems
within
like a
the
nice
codex
version of the
have
WA.
their, data sheets looked at. So here's
Yeah.
the truck that we just showed you before. and you can see
Data
what's gone on with it.
trucks.
You can see the different weapon options.
Truck's
depending,
got an
to give
invone
you a sense
save?
of, what it means for your codex, I suppose.
Yeah, so what you'd expect,
Probably
it
if
still
it
kind of
moves
has a
far.
similar-ish stat line to what the truck does at the moment. It is a kind of medium-sized vehicle. The things that you'll notice are that it has more weapon options than it used to. So you've got options there for different combat weapons, different shooting weapons.
And piling out is quite a nice
Yeah,
thing, isn't it?
you've got a really cool little mechanic where if an enemy unit gets nearby, something like a unit of fire dragons or eliminators or something is ready to kind of
that's
is ready to
cool.
kill your truck. You can pile the boys out, ready to kind of countercharge. Or
Pile
try
out
and
is
cause
that's
them
a
to
good
lose or
use
something
for
like that.
rule because there have been
Really
many
useful
times
little
where
rules
that's a
for
common
trucks.
strategy. Oh, there's
You
dudes in that
can
truck.
have
Let me
things
surround
like
it so they can't
that.
get
So
out.
I think trucks are going to be very useful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. And then in terms of other data sheets been looked at, it'd be worth looking at the Orc Boys, who really have had something of a stat line glow up, it's fair to say.
Yeah, there's a lot going on this data sheet, and I think I would recommend if you've got an Orc army, take a screenshot. There's
Yeah,
some cool stuff there.
now is the moment to record this.
There's
Yeah.
the first thing you'll notice is there's loads of weapon options. So one of the things we got asked a lot about the Armageddon box was, is that all the options that the Orcs will have in the new edition? It absolutely isn't. You've got loads of different choices.
You've got
more
all.
than you've had
Look, that's a lot of
More
weapon
than I think
options
you've
for
ever
the
had
orcs.
for an Orc unit. You've got
So many
some
weapon
classic
options
stuff
to miss
returning.
with.
So
It's
you've
gonna be
got a
great.
burner back in this.
Big
unit
fan
now.
of not having a roll to hit.
So many
which is
weapon
pretty
options
cool.
to
You've
miss
got
with.
loads of
It's
different
gonna be
options
great.
for your boss's weapon.
Let's
and
see.
the thing
Yeah,
I'm gonna
with
draw your
ballistic
attention
skill
to,
5.
almost kind of tucked away right at the bottom of that stat line there, is the strength of a basic Orc boy is now 5, and that is
Such bad news for
that
Space
is an
Marines.
across the codex update to your orcs. Every single orc is at least strength 5.
Strength
all
5
the way down now.
orcs. That
So that goes for boys. It also goes for your kind of beast snaggers.
That'll
That's
hit-
not bad. It, won't, it
No.
doesn't matter when I shoot you to death, but it's
Yeah.
not bad.
Increase as well.
Well,
So
supposedly
you're
this
already
in this
pretty
version of the
scary
game,
orcs. Yeah, even
getting into
scarier
close
than
combat is easier.
Fantastic.
Supposedly.
It just looks like a load of great
Yeah,
information.
until you
I'm really
build
excited
for the,
about the codex.
the exact fact to
Yeah,
counter
and
that,
really-
and then you just
And it heralds
unload
something
it.
really interesting. The last thing to
They're
talk
gone.
about with the codex is
It's always that's the biggest thing.
obviously
It's
in the
rock
back
paper
of it,
scissors.
it includes the
Yep.
code that you
And
put
okay,
into
they're strength
Warhammer
5,
40,000
but you know,
app to
Space
unlock
Marines are
and access
still
the rules.
OP.
It does something
Yeah.
on
Oh,
top
oh,
of
is
this kind of like
they
your
where orcs really
passport
shine is their
to
numbers.
ongoing content for your
Um,
Warhammer 40,000
but
codex.
it's
How
kind of
would
like,
you
you know,
that?
like
So regular
detection range. It
drops
seems
of
like
rules
nowadays
and rules
it was
that you
set up
can
like this is going to make it where
continuously,
where units will
break
last
stuff
longer and
into
combat
codex
will be more
and,
intense.
put
And
items
apparently,
into
there's so
break
many
stuff.
ways to get
That's
around
really
it
cool.
that
Some of the stuff
detection
coming
range is
and
like
sounds
Battle
quite
Shock
really
of
cool.
10th
Really
edition.
So I'm
Cool
excited
idea,
to
but
see
completely pointless because of the way they made it.
all the other codexes will follow.
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect. So, yeah, the first codex coming down the pipe is Warhammer 40,000 Orcs, and it looks amazing.
Do stick around. We have more Warhammer 40,000 for you later in the
Yeah,
preview.
of course
Yeah,
you
we'll
do.
Of course they do. They always end.
You save your most
later
popular
on
for
in the
last
show.
because
Yep.
you
For
don't
now,
want
though,
people
we're
to
going to
leave
segue
your
into
stream
something
for
which is quite
cheap.
interesting.
That's when they're going to
Talk about
release
ways
Lehman
to
Russ.
get people who are new to
Yeah, okay.
Warhammer started with Warhammer 40,000. So let's talk
That's
for a little bit about
everyone's.
the
That's
Warhammer
everyone's
Academy.
money is on Lehman Russ being the first one to come back. Okay, this is a Warhammer ad. What's it for?
Warhammer Academy, whatever that is.
Warhammer Academy. Are we going to get PhDs in dueling? Or maybe this is like their new mail-in subscription thing, like that old 40k subscription.
Wise wizard beneath the mountain, we are in search of enlightenment. Long and difficult has been our journey, and many things are still hidden from us.
Tell me what you seek.
What is the difference between the Black Rage and the Red Thirst?
How do you get decals to lay smoothly on a Space Marine shoulder?
Yeah.
And how
That's
exactly
easy.
do you use command points?
Ah! So you seek to learn the ways of Warhammer.
So this is just like a video tutorial thing.
It looks it. It looks like the revamp of the Yeah, it looks like it's the revamp of their Warhammer website.
So, wise wizard beneath the mountain. What is the Warhammer Academy?
I'm so glad you asked, Eddie. Warhammer Academy is a really exciting thing that we've been working on behind the scenes here at Games Workshop for a while now, and is the perfect way to answer the question, how do I get started with Warhammer? The idea is that people can come to this website, which is free to use, and they can get guided first steps on how to begin exploring Warhammer. So there's
Okay.
going to be at launch.
Yeah, so it's basically like the general website that they always make every edition, where it
Yeah.
teaches you how to paint, teaches you how to play, gives you some lore.
as much as people like to
Throw this
give
costume on.
GW
To get you
flack because
started on
when you're the
your sort of
largest,
first
you have the
steps
biggest
through
target
Warhammer.
on you.
When
That's
the
just how
website
it
launches,
works. The
it will
bigger the
focus on
company, the
Warhammer
bigger the
40,000
target.
to coincide alongside all of these new
But they
style products so
really
that people can,
provide
experience
everything.
Warhammer for the
They
first time
go out of their
and
way to
experience
make
sort of
to
learning
give you
about
as
the
much
universe
resources as
and,
possible.
really
Yeah,
going on
their
the same
name
journey
brand,
that
like
we've
you
all
know,
been
you
on. We've been able to
versus
sit
No
down
Frills,
with
so like
some
you
people who've
pay
told
the
us all about
premium
what
price
Warhammer
for
is.
it being a GW
And then
product.
the
Yep.
paid
There's no
versions
doubt
are these
there.
amazing videos that start
But
really basic and then
they
go all the
know
way through
that,
some
and they
really
supply
great
all
techniques
the
that will have your
support
army
that they
looking
don't need
fantastic.
to. Look at
And
other
the
games.
gaming
It's like,
side takes
how do
it
I do
from
this?
the assumption you've never
Read the
played a
rule
game of
book.
Warhammer
Figure it
before
out.
and
Stop
takes you
bothering
all
me.
the way through
It's
Yeah.
playing your
like-
first games of combat control,
And
which we played had a lot of fun with.
and
you
like
should be able to
and then
have, a
and
wonderful
the
experience
and the
if you are
paid for
someone who
content that they
Warhammer
do
was
have, like
really
Warhammer
into your
TV and
life.
all that. I feel
This is a
what you
wonderful
get
thing
is
to
worth
point
what
you
you
for
pay
when
for a
launch
lot
it,
of the times.
and they'll be able to take their
Yeah,
first
I
steps.
mean,
If
it
you
wouldn't
want to sharpen your own skills, we
continue
talked
as long
about,
as it has if
whether
it
you're
wasn't,
working on
right?
your
People
Yeah, no.
so that
aren't
you
just
can
going to
build
do
your
that.
skills,
But
your
like,
confidence,
The
it's
free
your
mini,
experience.
the mini alone, I think, is worth the subscription.
And so the whole purpose
Right,
of
like,
this
and it's
academy
just, it's
is free
cool to
use,
see the support
is
of
to
this
get on
because
board
of the fact
and
that
sharpen
they
your
don't just
skills and your
supply
confidence and have a great time.
rules and the
wonderful.
miniatures. They
It's-
supply the
And
paints. They
the
supply the
releases
hobby tools. They supply the
alongside
hobby
those
transport, the
Warhammer 40,000
terrain.
style
They
sets that we
supply
talked about previously. So not
basically
now,
everything.
a month or so.
For a company where everyone says they really don't care, they do put in a lot of effort to sell you on the product.
Now I'm going to get out of this costume, and
The
while
thing
we
is, they do
let's,
care.
travel
but they
That's
don't-
what I'm
it's
saying,
not-
like-
that care doesn't translate into like
What they
Right.
want it to. Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see. An
the
all
whole world.
plastic 2-player set. Oh, so this is all plastic, no resin.
Grand Cathay.
Don't know any of this stuff because I didn't follow Fantasy Beyond
I don't
Vampire
either.
Count.
I know Warriors of Chaos. I understand.
I
that.
know, yeah, Warriors of Chaos, I know what that means.
Yeah, that's cool. The Chaos Knights are now plastic because they were pewter.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
And a lot of the stuff
Expensive.
before that, not for nothing, I do play Age of Sigmar, but the models are so cool. Like, that dragon is so cool.
Oh yeah, the models are awesome. I like the like Toon King for me. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's an awesome.
Oh,
looking model.
Oh, wait, here, quick. Oh. Those dragons are so beautiful.
Welcome back.
I love it.
We are
You
now
know what's surprising?
thrilled by the news
When it comes
for
to
Warhammer: The
dragons,
Old World. That was
It's
a great
really
looking box of
hard
miniatures.
to find a
There's
decent
lot to
just
talk about.
scale
We've got some
model
of them obviously
dragon.
to get close-ups on in a little while.
You
For
can't
now,
find them.
let's
It's
dive
like
into that
I
new
want a dragon.
two-player
I want to
box
paint up a
for
big old cool
Warhammer: The Old
dragon.
World. This features
Well, if you ever want, I've got a bunch of 3D printable dragon files that are really cool, like your typical medieval European dragons.
If I had a resin printer, I'd do that because I
Um,
don't think my filament doesn't.
One of them is big enough you can print it with an FDM printer and it will look phenomenal.
Cool. I just want a good classic European dragon with the 4 limbs and the wings and the
Yep. No.
angry face.
I've got ones for you. You could have that should work on an FDM printer, no problem.
Nice. These Chaos guys look pretty good.
Chaos always looks good. Like, as much as I'm not interested in Age of Sigmar, the models for the game are awesome.
Well, the nice thing about this in particular, I feel, depending on how they go together, even the old ones were used as customizing Chaos Marines or Chaos
Yep.
Cultists, and this will look really good.
Yep, no, they're
Slap
always
a backpack
good.
on them, and he basically got a Chaos Space Marine.
Yeah, basically. And I always love the mutilation on the models.
Yeah.
Like the heads on the belt, the body on the standard bearer.
That always, every time I see that, it always was funny when PETA attacked GW. It's like, you realize they got human remains. You don't care about any of that. It's like,
Who cares about human
you
rains?
got a
Fake
plastic
animals,
wolf pelt.
fake animals that don't exist have
Yeah.
rights.
And your models are plastic, and you have a plastic wolf pelt design piece of detail. How dare you? It's like,
And you could add into the unit.
It's how dare you have that poor drake's skin? You know, drakes are an endangered species. Have you seen one?
they're also
I
just.
just
like,
can't believe that.
the-
It'd be different if it was
all
like
the
I-
a model with real wolf
when
fur.
you build
That's
an army from
different.
Oh.
I get that. But this is
I'm gonna be totally honest. I thought it was a joke. I didn't think PETA actually did that when I found
Everybody thought
out.
it was a joke. I'm sure GW thought it was a joke in the beginning too.
So, almost never.
And then they played on it like it was a joke.
Yep.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Blade One
their
Beam and stuff like
response.
that.
Yeah, their response video to that was great. When it was like, guardsmen, be sure not to use any animal fur on your gear.
You can swap around the things. So in a moment, as you see the screen progress, you'll see some of the things you can do. It also has
How
a
dare you
chaos,
have that animal fur? I don't care about the human
mount.
skull and
This is
skin
the
on the
main
Blade
one
one.
in the
That
second.
animal fur is.
Yeah. Horace Lupercal with his non-existent genetically altered wolf had rights.
And the miniatures have finally got to the point where
Uh,
they capture, like, the thing that you
Chaos in
see
every form always looks so good.
They do a very good job with them because they're just so beefy.
I love
Like
the
they're just so
standard bearer as well, I
metallic-y.
think.
They look
This
so
makes me-
intimidating.
Hero
This
kits
makes me
for
miss Warhammer Age of Reckoning. That was so much fun. I was a Chaos chosen, and it was fantastic.
I remember that game.
A little bit about that box. It's a 2-player core box for Warhammer: The Old World. It's essentially what you need to start playing Warhammer: The Old World. If you
Okay,
bought-
so they got a new box set for Warhammer: The Old World.
It also contains the rulebook and a muster list. The rulebook is the same rules as you currently use for Warhammer: The Old World. So if you're sat there worrying that this is going to change the rules that you're playing with, it won't. The difference really with this rulebook and the rulebook you already have, if you're already playing the Old World, is that the erratas and things that exist online
That's cool.
are woven.
That it's
into
got the
this.
errata
So,
in there.
that should
That's
be
always
easier.
great.
Just this book, you don't need to worry
Just
about
makes it easier.
Exactly.
But
Yep.
I look at this and I go, "This is everything you need to play Overworld." I'm like, no, it's not, because I do not see one Tomb King model in that box. That's what I need.
Ah, That's what you need. Until you get that, there's nothing for you to play.
I just love that whole aesthetic. It's so good. I also really like the Illusion Men because it's like Mayan Aztec.
Lizardmen are cool.
But I think
let's talk
the thing I don't like about the
So
Lizard Men
this
is
might
that
be
they're
my
lizard
favourite
men.
thing in the entire
That sounds
preview.
weird. Like I
It's
like the
such a
aesthetic, but I would like that aesthetic
This
with like
is the
humans.
Warriors of Chaos, Lords
You know what I mean?
of Chaos Dragon.
This would get me to play Old World, is to have this model.
Yeah, no kidding.
It is an absolutely
He is
enormous,
cool.
phenomenally cool
Yeah.
miniature.
I'm a
It's
sucker
I
for
think probably the biggest model
awesome
we've had
European-style dragons.
Right up there, and there have been some fantastic
I
kits,
I mean,
since Warhammer the Old
my
World
motto
launched.
is
Um,
be
there's
yourself
things
unless
to
you
talk
can be a
about. The first one
dragon.
was just,
Yeah.
Be a dragon.
on
Yeah,
how
if you could be a
So,
dragon, be a
and I'll
dragon.
take an Asian dragon if that's the only option you're giving me. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
just be a dragon. And that's coming from somebody whose favorite animal is a jaguar. I love jaguars, but if you give me a dragon option, I'm going dragon. That's the rule.
Be a dragon if you can be a dragon.
Yeah.
But
Just
that's a
that
long
simple.
time ago. We've
What was
never
that?
Had a plastic version of it. A plastic two-headed chaos dragon has
Hey,
been a long
she was a
time coming,
dragon,
and I think
so
even though we've waited
don't feel bad. She lived the best life. The wife's talking about how sad it is what happened to Zelda. It's like, don't be sad. She's living the best life for like thousands of years.
Thousands upon thousands of years.
The best life.
He's backed up by a two-headed chaos dragon.
Chaos dragon is always interesting.
Yeah, you're not gonna kill him
Chaos dragons are so cool. Remember the Forge World one?
Yeah, it
That thing was nuts. Ah. And even different colored paint jobs, this model looks good.
Oh yeah, like that's the fun part about dragons.
Yep.
Like how you want to do their scales, how you want to do their everything. It's just
capture its majesty.
Ugh, excuse me, so good.
it's a big model. Look at that thing.
Yeah, it is huge. Look at that thing.
It's
Yeah, one of the things we
It's
haven't mentioned
definitely a
is that
display
it's
piece.
next to the Chaos Dragon,
And it's
just
next to
right
dudes
here.
on horses, and
Everyone
it's
who
huge.
Yeah.
Chaos Lord on the dragon, you get a Chaos Sorcerer
And
Lord.
even though there's a tactical rock, his foot is on the ground.
Chaos Lord on foot.
Yeah.
So whatever way you build this, you get basically two very
Yeah,
powerful
so this
hero
is the
bases.
Sorcerer Lord that you would get if you built it with the Chaos Lord, and then this is the Chaos Lord on foot.
I do
so
like
it goes with the
how they do
Sorcerer.
that with those
So
models. Like, okay, you have options
always
for a
worth
rider,
it
but you also have
to
options for him on
model
foot. So you can
on
build a
the
rider and build a
Um,
dude on foot. And then you
That is, yep.
Great kit. You can see all the
And
things in
judging by the way that
These are
piece
big models,
is,
right? The Chaos Lord-
no, you know what it is? It's probably just one torso. So it's either slap him on the dragon, slap him on his legs. But if you're good with magnets, you can do both.
two-headed
I,
chaos
just,
dragons.
I look at that
It's
though,
the
and
very
because
best
again we were talking about premium price, I'm just like, oh, how expensive is that dragon?
Just wanna,
Yeah,
before we move on,
he's at least 120.
have a look at the back of the Chaos.
Because I think that's how much a greater demon is. How much is a greater demon?
It feels bigger. Obviously not like proportion-wise, length, width, whatever, but it feels like
Yeah, I think
like
one of the
Land
things
Raider
worth
Plus.
calling out, actually,
So
about these Chaos Warriors
Let's
particularly
see.
is
A
that these Chaos
great.
Warriors
Let's
designed for
see.
Warhammer
Where's the
World
Fate
are
Weaver?
meant
Because
to
he's like the
emulate the
largest.
logical extension of the
Lord
Warhammer
of
Order archetype.
Change. Not Lord of Angel. Lord of
There's
Change.
still a little bit of that kind of, like,
A Lord of
barbarian
Change is $170, so he's probably going to be about 170.
the Arctic north
that's so
of the
expensive.
Warhammer world.
Very.
So that they-
For one model.
Absolutely, yeah.
For $170, you could get a perfect grade Gundam with individually bending fingers. And you can install lights in them.
$82, and the Necrosphinx isn't small either. That is 82.
There's also another thing that we.
It's so pricey.
The General's Companion. Now, Battle March is a new way to play games of Warhammer: The Old World. The way
This is Combat Patrol for Old World. Got it.
Yes.
Combat Patrol between 4
Battle March.
and then you unleash.
Sorry
I
about
love
that.
the original
games that are
Combat
quicker
Patrol.
to play and,
400
more
points.
difficult. There's some rules in this
Nobody
companion
over 2
which,
wounds.
sort of detail
No
how
vehicles
you
over a
make
certain
it,
armor
so there's
rating.
some limitations
Yes,
on what you can and
armor
can't
rating.
take and some
Back in the
That was
day,
fun.
yes, armors had rating like in Horus Heresy.
The rules for Battle March are in the new rulebook, and there's those
Battle
rules and
March.
more information and more.
Interesting they
scenarios
chose
to play
blue,
are
because
found
you know,
inside
old
the
Warhammer
Battle
Fantasy
March
was always
General's
red
Companion.
books.
So
That
whichever
is
one
true.
you want to take as your
Well, you know what it
CPU,
is?
you
It's
can
this
start
is
playing
this is
Battle
old
March
world.
and
We're
you can
sad
do
that
like
it's
a
gone,
10
so
episode
blue
weekend
to
or
represent our
something.
Yeah, and also
sadness.
I don't know how
Or
I
if
don't
you've
know
just
the
started
colors of
now
the
it's
very
your first
original
time and you
Warhammer
really haven't
Fantasy
got
books.
enough
They
to
might
play
have been
a
blue.
full-size game, you can
Yeah,
still
no
play with
idea.
a smaller
Just like
scale.
some of the old
Yes,
like how to
now,
paint
to
miniature
help
books
you with
are
that,
were red and
they're
then they made them
releasing
blue.
the
So
first
maybe this is the
Battle
reverse.
March army. So this is the Warriors of Chaos.
And
Grand Battle March
back in the
army,
day,
and they contain
like I remember in 3rd
5
edition,
delivery
all the
missions
codexes for 40k were different colors.
and you
Yeah.
can
Like
totally
Eldar was
add
blue,
these
Chaos
to
was
the new
black.
box, and
I
you
think
have a
Marines
live
were
game
black
on it.
too.
Yeah, we were
Um,
talking
Orcs were
about
green.
if you add
Yep,
either
like
of
the
these books
codexes
to
were
the
slightly
individual
different colors,
sets coming
so
out
it was like a
Yeah.
little
Chaos and the Armies of
easier
Chaos,
way to to
then they
identify
left
your
like a
codex.
monster, like a two-headed dragon,
Yeah,
and
or a
you've put-
Cathayan dragon.
or a
perhaps,
Cathayan
yeah.
dragon. You've pretty much got an army ready to go.
Yeah.
These are really lovely places to start a force.
Having
or
a small,
strategy
quicker
you could
game was
evolve
always a
over
good
to a
idea.
army.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. There's
Um,
also more coming for the old world. This is the Arcane Journal, The March of Chaos. This continues the narrative.
The codex system for fantasy is super weird to me.
Descending from the north, with an enormous
Yeah.
storm there.
Because it's like, oh no, they have battle tomes, and your army's in this book, and that book. It's like, so which book do I need to play this army? Yes.
Yes. Yes, exactly. You're picking up on it perfectly now.
Magic ploys, which the winds of magic are blowing so furiously that there's loads of different magic escapades and things to get on with. It's a really good time to.
I like
I
his
wouldn't know
jersey.
because I don't see it.
Yeah.
So.
And enjoying the narrative they're kind of weaving as well.
I like his
I wouldn't know
jersey.
it's a good time because it's not here. It's just a drought here.
Yeah,
You never play no old world whatsoever. There's like no old world up here either.
Slight segue. It's not quite. The
There
old
is
world, but
Heresy.
it's very
Heresy
similar.
does
Let's talk
play.
about
Someone
Blood
did
Bowl
just
for
do like a
minute.
massive
Blood Bowl
Heresy
is, the
APOC
fantasy
game, which
football,
was
and there's
awesome
some really
looking.
exciting things to show
I'd love to
with the
say that I
release of
know
the
when I
new
walk. When
Spike
I don't
Journal,
go to the
which is
stores that
Spike
often,
Journal
but I'd love to
22.
say I know what I'm looking
Blood
at
Bowl
because so many
7
people
is the
don't
theme.
have their stuff
Blood Bowl
painted.
7
I don't
is
know what
the
I'm looking
theme
at.
was. Well, I'm
So
glad.
it's
There you
like-
go, perfect. Blood Bowl 7s is
Paint your models,
essentially,
people. Paint
a
your
way of playing
models.
Blood Bowl, which is
Seriously.
like rugby 7s or five-a-side football.
I don't know
So
what
you're
faction you are and
compacting
what
your
you're
team,
playing.
You're playing faster games on a smaller pitch. It's
So the
very
big
Never got
blood-
into Blood Bowl.
It really
Cool
changes quite a lot of
concept,
the,
quirky models.
the
Never got
tactics
into
and
it.
the ways that you would play.
No,
and
you know
makes
what
it
happened
a
to me?
Entirely different and very fun.
I
experience.
apologize, I'm eating.
You have
Um,
4 of your positionals in this game, so you've got quite a lot of skills and things on the tabletop, and it's just a lot of fun.
The video
I'm
game
excited for
killed
this,
it for
but I'm
me.
even more excited.
Oh, yeah, it had a
what we're
video game,
about to
didn't
show
it? I
you, which
forgot.
is some fantastic new Blood Bowl miniatures. The first of which is a new big one available for several teams. This is the Rat Ogre.
I love this model. I think the thing that I most love about it is if you look on his shoulder, he has a little rat with a piece of cheese and a flag on his tail.
That is beautiful, but is it better or as good as a rat wearing a gas mask
So,
and carrying a lump of warp stone?
It's very
What
close. I
happened
think
with
you
the
have to
video
make
game
that decision for
is
yourself when you
Tiebreaker.
get
The video
your own
game,
rat ogre. I
You
think the cheese
could
takes
build
it.
your
when
rat
it
ogre
does
without either of those
dice
but-
rolls,
I mean, you could if
it's
you wanted to
actually
have
a
rat
deck
on
of
your shoulder,
cards.
yes, you could do without, but
So,
does anyone want
before your match has played, they've already predetermined who's going to win the game. Because it's always, okay, the first roll is going to be 3, the second roll is going to be 7, the third roll is going to be 8. So there's no, it's not really random. It's pretty much they've predetermined every action in the game. So that killed it for me because the deck was always stacked against me, and I'm like, I don't find this enjoyable at all. Every time I play, it's always I fail, and whenever the computer or the opponent plays, it's they succeed. It's like, this isn't fun. The game's already decided I lost.
Yeah, so this one here
Must be a Chaos Minotaur. It's got crab claws.
Hands or even hooves. It's got
Must be.
scorpion claws.
I think. Oh, Beastman.
He's not going to do much.
So
scratching,
obviously,
might be
chaos.
Even better clobbering than a regular Minotaur.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, those are wonderful.
I will say the only reason to play the Blood Bowl video game is for the two announcers. They're great.
He is your favorite, Adam.
Morgenthau is my favorite thing about Blood Bowl. I absolutely love him. He's been an iconic character from right from the start. There is a new multi-part plastic Morgenthau model coming, and he is wonderful.
Morgenthau. I think that's one of the announcers.
3 very iconic designs here. You can see the Reichland Reavers one, which really sort of connects to that iconic artwork that we used to seeing with Morg. Here is another version. This is him in his gown.
I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't know much about Blood Bowl.
And you can see the charms and
This isn't bad.
This is for the Chaos All-Stars.
It's a well put together model, but it's just not my bag.
Yeah, no, I
He's
like.
also got each of the Chaos Gods icons on his little chain around his neck as well, which is really cool.
Absolutely love it. If you are unfamiliar with Blood Bowl or Morg in particular, let me just tell you, he is genuinely one of the
Adam,
best
can you
things.
take him in a halfling team?
You can, and I have used him to lead my halflings to almost glory a number of times. I love him. He's so good.
Nah,
He
call
has
me
such a
call
great
me
visual
when
style and
they bring BFG back, then I'll be interested in these specialist games.
Can he throw halflings?
He can throw a halfling. In fact,
That-
my
yeah,
halfling,
yeah.
My favorite halfling.
I know.
Colin
I've got
Or in,
nearly died as he would be lobbed down the pitch.
like right here,
The
actually.
precursor to the RPG, the
Very
Inquisitor
exciting.
game or whatever.
Oh, that would be
Look
cool.
at the models.
The
big
see-
54mm models? That'll be fun.
Or Cruiser sitting here on my desk,
So going
Nice.
sort of from this side onwards,
and
this is
I have a
Sweet.
bowl full of Imperial Cruisers.
Looks like these sort of armored
But no, the Inquisitor game. Some of the third-party models for that were freaking cool, like the Eldar Ranger, the Vindicar Assassin.
Oh, they were
Like-
cool. It was a cool idea.
It was-
I don't know if I still have the files because it was multiple computers ago, but I had like the rulebook on PDF.
I think I have it too. It's just finding models or finding files for models.
That and just like figuring out how to play it.
But that was cool. Like that was actually the first time Eisenhorn had a model,
I think, yeah.
and that was with like current Eisenhorn, whereas the 40K model is like past Eisenhorn.
It's weird.
Yeah, 40K is in his prime. Inquisitor was like when he was on his 1 foot in the grave. Oh hey, Custodes are getting all their models now. Finally.
I do love me some Custodes.
Let's see, plastic bikes. Wow.
Oh, that's nice to be in plastic. That's
Yeah,
nice.
everything they post pretty almost all the time is plastic. Slay
Yeah,
the
they
Emperor
even said
foes
it's
in
multi-part plastic.
everything's in 40K and 30K.
I like the double logo on the box. Makes it so you can't be like, is it really? Yes, yes.
Welcome back. We are really excited to talk now about the Adeptus Custodes or Legio Custodes.
Well,
Which one is it, Eddie?
It's both, Adam, because
Perfect.
the new box set that's on its way is a reinforcement set for the Custodes, and you can use it for either Warhammer the Horus Heresy or Warhammer 40,000. And just in case you didn't believe us, we put the logos on the box.
It couldn't be
there's
clearer, could it?
I want my
confusion.
Aquila
You
on
can absolutely
Terminators,
use
though,
this
with the
for
with
the
the Solarite
system. There are
fist.
6 models in this box, which doesn't sound like a lot.
That's
When you
cool.
look at
Like,
the models,
I know one guy who's going to be really happy because he always, every time the Custodes come out, he goes, "Can I use the 30K minis?" Even though,
I just love that it's plastic.
Yeah.
Things being plastic is wonderful.
Yep. I do have feelings about Custodes armies in 40k, but that's a total. That's cool. How he's got the lance locked to the side of the bike. That's cool.
Well, the problem with Custodian's armies in 40k is that they're overpowered for what they are, what you get. Like, it's like, oh, you get this save all the time, and you get this save, and you get this, and it's like, okay.
They don't do armies anymore.
Yeah, I mean they can lore-wise, they could.
They
But it's just
could,
a
but
case
they
of,
just-
like, it's one of those forces that they look so cool, and I've always wanted them to get models. But it's one of those forces that like I
They would
just
s-
like the models.
Yeah, I think they would serve better as just like a mercenary type group. You know, oh, have a unit of Custodes as part of your Space Marines, because that's how they typically are right now. They're
but
like,
I mean,
we're
any
going with
force
these
can
guys because
come
we don't
together.
trust them.
Yeah, any force can come together. It's just that like
it's about 3 times the length of
Custodes
the
are so
Space
cool,
Marine.
but
I reckon
like
you could kebab about
the lore
5
behind
Space Marines on
Custodes
that
is
thing.
almost unfair that they have an army. Like the lore-wise, they're just too powerful lore-wise.
Yeah, well, depending on who's writing them, because we've seen them get treated dirty in some of the books.
Well, it's getting treated dirty. Like people have an agenda, but like the actual lore behind them,
Yeah.
they're ridiculous.
Yeah, no, they're ridiculous in all ways, shape, or form. I mean, these are the guys who were built to protect the Emperor.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that even an heavy metal team guy can't get transfers to completely disappear.
He's got rookie numbers. I can make it disappear.
I'm talking about the
That's
edging.
Yeah, I can get the edges to go away.
Oh, you gotta show me that, because I don't know how to do that. You don't just paint it, do you? Okay.
I wish I could freehand stuff.
No, I mean paint it as in, like, you don't just apply the transfer, then just paint over
No,
the
I don't
edges.
paint over there because I feel the paint never quite sits right on it.
Yep, 100%.
This is a brand new
I think it's big.
multi-part platform
Ooh,
kit.
that's
It's no
a reinvention of
it's
the
no,
resin version of the already very nice resin
Leviathan,
version of
but
the Telemon Dreadnought.
Leviathan's a really cool dread, but
yeah, but they're huge too. Like,
Yeah.
this is I think this is taller.
It's
but
taller.
skinnier.
it's taller but narrower.
Yeah.
But I love the posability of these models. Like,
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they're so good.
On his other hand, so you can build those as you will, choose the one that suits your loadout. On the other hand,
And I like how they've basically accepted that people magnetize their minis, so a lot of 30k models are designed in mind that someone may put a magnet in them.
Yeah.
40k not so much, but 30k definitely, they've built the minis with the idea that people would want to magnetize them in mind.
Now I want to see this next to a Saturnine Dread.
Oh, that huge model.
Yeah, I want to see the size comparison.
They did do that with the Forge World one, and I don't remember what the size was.
I think it's just stupid big.
We have one on the table, and we
Okay,
brought
good.
along some other dreadnoughts, so you could sort of see.
Oh, so he's going to pull out the other dreads. He heard
You better
us.
pull out.
Telemon Dreadnought is ever so slightly larger than the resin one.
Oh yeah, damn, it is quite bigger than a Leviathan. Bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Nothing could ever be cooler than a Leviathan Dreadnought, and he's still pretty cool. I like
Okay,
him.
bigger than I thought. All of
Much
them.
bigger.
Okay.
And he's leaning forward, too.
Yeah.
Head above
The Leviathan's still huge. You can't knock a
Even
Leviathan.
No.
Okay, there it is.
There you go.
They're about the same size.
He's only taller because of the missile launcher. But again, he's leaning forward too, so he's still going to be slightly taller.
Yeah, but that Saturnine is just.
Yeah.
Saturnine is-
This one definitely is got more mass.
I haven't even looked at my Saturnine stuff because I'm still debating who should get it, my Thousand Suns or my Dark Angels.
Oh, if I ever got them, which I'm not, but if I ever did, it would either be Lamenters or Caradons, just to be the absurdity of being in those color schemes and that big.
Like, I was sold on making them Dark Angels, but then I saw them painted up as Thousand Suns, and I was like, ooh. Oh, with that metallic red and gold, they look pretty sweet.
Yeah, the Jizga Ruby is a good scheme.
You absolutely can. One of the new detachments for the Custodes in Warhammer 40,000 has some specific upgrades for Telemon Dreadnoughts as well. So
No.
Great, nice. So that's not everything.
One of my
for
buddies gonna
the
be
big
super
design.
happy.
We also have
I love
new,
seeing
General
Custodes stuff. I'm
Tactica
just
on
a
the way.
big
This is
Custodes
General
fan.
Tactica Prospero Burns, the Judgment of Valdor, and this deals with the actions of Constantine Valdor and the Legio
That's cool.
Custodes during the
That's
beginning of Prospero,
nice.
when they joined forces with the
Yeah.
Space Wolves to bring.
That's another book I might have to pick up along with the
Yeah, we
Zone
know quite a lot
Mortalis
about
book.
the Burning of Prospero. We've
Yeah, I
seen
might
it
pick
from
that
the
book
Thousand
up,
Suns
we'll
perspective.
see.
We've seen it from the Space Wolves perspective. We know that the Custodies were there, but we haven't really heard much about
Okay,
what the
so this
Custodies were
book is
up to.
going to
We've just
dive more into the
explored,
Custodes'
that. We can
perspective of
find out
Prospero.
what they were doing while
Which
the
is
two
really
legions were
cool.
taking
Yeah.
They're
charge.
just cleaning up all that
One of the
nothing
things
wrong
that's
that
quite
Magnus
cool
did. Don't
about
worry
it
about
is
it.
that,
He did
on one side,
so
on the other
much
side,
nothing.
there are some
He did it
Thousand Suns, but
wrong.
the main antagonist
Yeah.
for them is a demonic foe.
Yeah, absolutely. For the first
Magnus
Really, the
was
Battle
right.
of Prospero was super lucky that Magnus basically didn't do anything until the world was already invaded and halfway torn apart.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
Russ was very lucky. Magnus was like, I'll just let him do whatever he wanted for the
Yeah.
beginning until he realized that was a bad idea.
And he sent his fleet away. I mean, like, it could have gone so much worse.
Yep.
Because when the Thousand Suns eventually did intervene, it was a pitched battle. It
Yes,
wasn't
you know, it wasn't a cakewalk for them when the Thousand Suns started hitting back.
like properly, because they had like their own pockets of defense. Like, well, if we're getting shot at, we're gonna shoot back. And then they were like, okay, here's our concerted or coordinated defense, and it's like,
absolutely.
bleh.
Those amazing stories is what it's all about.
So, sticking with the Age of Darkness, but going a bit smaller as we look at some Legions Imperialis.
Or possibly bigger.
But yes, bigger and smaller at the same time. We have 3 models we're going to talk about now.
Ooh.
These are models for the Titan Legions. This is the Warlord Battle.
They're
Titan,
going into
Great Titan,
plastic. I have those.
Team,
I have all of those upgrades in resin.
destroy utterly. And that is what the
And I'm
weapons
thinking of getting rid of the models.
Titan will do.
Only thing I
this
want
video
is
playing for you, you can see
the
what all the different
Thigh
weapons are.
Titan.
There's a whole bunch.
Oh, the Sinister.
Really long and difficult to say live.
I just love
names,
Auto
such
Sinister.
as
But
the
you should still
conversion
try
of
it.
X
Like,
to
I'm
If I
torn.
won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs. I would have a full-on warlord,
altogether.
a
So
full-size warlord with as Auto Sinister.
It's weird. I want to keep this game because I can stuff it all in the one box, but at the same time, I'm like, do I wanna? Like, I've been tossing around the idea of just making it a board game. But I do like that they're finally giving the Warlord some love, because recently he's only had one box set, and it's like the melee version of him, and it's like, where's the other one? But this plastic, like, all of the old Forge World weapons are going plastic, which is great. That is so cool. Means nothing to me because I have all of the resin weapons up there. I think I'm only missing the gravity gun.
My rule is I like mechs,
Adam, what if I
and this
had
is a
slightly
giant
smaller
robot,
Titan, but still
and
wanted
by
loads
that
of
I want it.
Titan,
Even though
Mhm.
I can't afford the full-size one, I've always debated getting the Titanicus or Imperialis, whatever it is.
No,
size.
it's Titanicus, but it's all been rolled into Imperial Legions now.
Yeah. But like, I just want to get something that size because it's a giant robot, like Warlord specifically. Like,
And
it's
it
just
has
super cool. I love
all the joints and motions of the big guy. So it's
Yeah.
not like you're losing anything aside from
I dig giant
size.
robots. I'm a mech person at heart, and I want to make it an Auto Sinister, and that would be the only Auto Sinister I could ever actually own, unless I won the lottery. So
exciting. Should you play Little Heresy?
Absolutely.
There we go. I need to take a breather. Now might be the time to talk a little bit about something coming to Warhammer Plus very soon. There is a
Let's
new
come into
release.
Warhammer Plus. Is it a
Oh,
Star
the
Tease
Butcher's
2?
Nails.
Ooh.
The Butcher's Nails, they said.
Yeah,
So-
it's a new video. I've heard about this video too.
That's cool.
Get to see a first person of a berserker.
What I like about it is the first person is normal. It's not, they're not seeing through chaos tainted lenses. It's just,
Yeah.
it's how they see normal people. It's okay. It's
That's cool. I have to say, their animations are pretty solid. Their
Yeah, they're
hand-drawn
getting-
stuff needs some work because it's that very choppy frame thing, but their CG animation shows,
Standalone episode, so it's a
Beautiful.
episode of Warhammer 40,000. And effectively, it tells the story of a Khorne berserker who is part of a chaos assault on an Imperial stronghold. As you would imagine for a World Eater story, it is incredibly violent. It is by some margin
which
the bloodiest
that's
and most
I
violent
keep
piece of
forgetting
Warhammer animation
that
we have yet to see
UK's
on
TV ratings are so different because they're like 15 and up and they're dropping F-bombs and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shots open to the final battles.
Fantastic. Here you can see a shot that we saw, something like this in the trailer. This looks like the head-up display inside the helmet.
I love that.
Yeah, so
Seeing his first-person point of
I
view.
like-
is shown from the
Yeah, I
natural
like that.
perspective of the World Eater, who is obviously a
So-
little bit unhinged. The butcher's nails are starting to bite. If he doesn't get
That's-
continuous kills and
that's
carnage, he starts to go
Kind of curious. I'm
slowly
wondering if
insane,
these POV shots
and
will
he
change
basically
over
fights
time
his
as the
way through
butcher's
as
nails
many
drive him
enemies
more
as he can
insane.
find, partly to try and
Yeah.
achieve victory, but mostly just to try and make the whining of the nails cease even for the briefest of moments.
Hope we get to hear the
And we
nails.
got a
Like
sense
the
That would be
whining of the
cool.
nails, like,
Hear what he's
Yeah.
hearing.
I mean, he almost really he doesn't really mind what the battle is
anybody's
really. Korn doesn't care as long as the blood flows. There are definitely some Astra Militarum. There's some guardsmen, some unfortunate guardsmen who have to stand up against.
Which
them.
is
There are
funny.
some
A lot of
fighters with
people,
Imperial Fist.
they
There's some
constantly
other
say, you know, like,
between
Korn
them
cares
who
not from where the
sure
blood
they'll
flows.
find, I'm
But
sure
from my
they'll
understanding, he
find some
doesn't
betrayal.
like you, like, sneaking up behind someone and shiving
It's gonna
them
be a,
to death.
non-stop
Well, no, he
action
wants it
carnage.
aggressive, but he
It's a
doesn't
really
care.
fun
Like,
Yeah.
who? Like, if they aggressively killed you, but you are devoted to me, then I still win.
Yeah.
So it's like.
But no, like, it seems like it's always, he's not a big fan of, like, sneaky, behind the scenes, like, killing. He's
He doesn't
like,
like-
no,
he wants
one-on-one,
fights.
straight up
Yeah.
fights.
And it doesn't have to be one-on-one. It just has to be you assaulted the line of 5 people. And
Yeah.
10. Just as long as it's straightforward
Yeah.
butting of heads of these guys.
What are these, like, those troll ogre dudes?
Yeah, the ogre, iron gut ogres and gluttons and whatnot.
This is Age of Sigmar stuff. I'm not big on this. Again,
The thing about the
cool looking
ogres is
models.
just- I remember when they first came out, it was interesting. Cause not first, they were like, "Oh, that's so tanky," and yeah, but it's like whatever.
I do like the pot. I can see a lot
the
of
pot
Nurgle
looks-
conversions with these guys.
Oh, these guys have made great conversions, especially for Nurgle,
Yep.
given their proportions.
Just their proportions and their looks. Like,
Yeah.
that chest plate screams Plague Marine.
It does. Or if somehow you could do something with Korn, but
Hmm.
like Korn cultist, because he has like the mouth, the maw.
Yeah, you could turn into a giant World Eater symbol.
Amount of models coming
Yeah.
soon to the mortal realms with these new Ogre tribes. Eddie, where do we even start?
Ogre
I am super
tribes.
excited about this release. This is an enormous range refresh for the Ogre tribes. There's so much to talk about. I think let's start.
My
with the
big problem
Army
with-
set, which is coming out. This is the first.
I guess it's
place
Age
you'll
of
get a
Sigmar
chance
now, and
to
it
get your
was a
hands on
problem
some
that
of the
was
new
in
miniatures.
fantasy.
This is an enormous
You have
open
very
world,
clear,
a little bit
distinct
like what we've
things.
seen
You
in
have
some of the armies
The
recently.
Tomb Kings, the
It's like
Kepri,
exactly
the
like the Hells of
Lizardmen,
Same sort
they
of
are,
concept.
you can
get
never
a cool version of the
confuse
battle
either of
set,
them with
fresh out
anybody
of a
else.
whole- of a bunch
You
of
had
miniatures. Let's have a
dwarf
quick
stuff,
chat
which you
about
couldn't
some of the
kind of
stuff
quarter
in this set.
confuse with
Sure,
like,
so first out the gates would be sort of
you know,
the mainstay unit for
the
Ogre
Empire
tribes. These
or
are the
whatever.
gluttons,
But
these
then
sort
you
of,
had like a
replacements
bajillion and
of
one different
fresh
chaos,
sort
but
of,
not chaos things. And I'm like,
old
geez,
Yeah.
Ogre bulls.
this,
Yeah.
like these guys. It's like,
the Ogre
Yeah,
bulls are
it's like
still
there's
really cool models,
like
but they
it's
are,
never just oh this is chaos. It's oh this is chaos, but they're not.
So they are well and
Yeah.
truly,
I mean, like at
deserving
least the
of a
elves
refresh.
made
This is a
sense. You had the
really
wood
cool
elves, you had the
Yeah.
dark
They still
elves, and you
keep
had the
the kind
high
of
elves,
general
and then like they
aesthetic
were
of the
clearly
elves, but they're much more
like
dynamic,
classic
a little bit
fantasy.
They were-
You have those
they-
type of elves.
They were elves, but they all had different distinct philosophies.
Yeah.
and if you remember,
You know, like
first
the
time
high
You had
elves.
Eldar, you had Dark Eldar, and then you had
Yep.
Forest Eldar.
Yeah,
Basically.
Extradites. You know, like there was a distinction as to why they were different. A lot of times the Chaos armies, it's like, well, I want a Chaos army. Do you want demons? Do you want giants? Do you want this? Well, I want the one that worships corn. Well, that could be these guys, or these guys. So I could use these 3 armies together. No, they're totally separate.
Yeah.
Let's move on to,
I like
think,
their
one of my favorite
their
Yeah, so
filming and
mine too.
camera
I think
tricks
the
with the
O-
smoke
the Iron Guts
machine
are
and
always
stuff.
really cool, and
Their
this is-
presentations are
frames.
always spot
Iron
on.
Guts are an
Yeah, they do a good
elite
job
Ogre
with
unit.
that. I've seen a lot of that
It's
just for
enormous
fan
weapons,
stuff for like
and they
model
wear
people
more
made.
armor, so you can see those armor plates on the
But,
arms all the way up to the shoulders. Their helmets are a little bit
Like
fancier.
Chaos can have Dragon Ogres, but then you have
They
like
look like they
Ogremar, and then
mean
you have like
absolutely
Beastmen of
business, right?
Chaos,
The
and it's like,
size
I
of
don't
those
just
weapons.
stop.
And again, much more dynamic, but those
And then
blades are
they're
totally
all in
different.
different army books.
So they're gonna make
Yeah.
an absolute mess. They already are an excellent unit in Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
They had the
still
vampire
included,
counts,
and now the miniatures are even
which
better.
was undead,
absolutely.
different.
So if
Like,
you
yeah,
just
so you had
grab
two
what you're
different
buying,
undead,
you
which was
need a
cool.
with Tyrant.
But then they
So,
kind of
this model
skirted
is
the
a
line of
kit.
like
It enables you to build
chaos
him
and
in a
dark
couple
elves
of
at the
ways.
same time, and it's like, what are you doing?
A
It's like,
really
And then they just
heavy
kind of got.
ogre
I'm
character.
sad they got rid of vampire
You can
count.
see a couple of the options. I love this one with the fur cloak. It sort of fits into.
yeah,
And-
I think they were just as cool as like they had a lot of cool like
style thing you
lack of a better
do
term,
with an ogre army
elite
where you wanna
lord
focus more on the
choices.
beast if you want
But
to, or
aside
if
from
you
that,
want
they were
to
just
gut
so
monster with
generic.
this one.
Like,
Yeah.
that's why they got rid of them.
Prefer, really.
Yeah, if you got the kind of Beast Claw Raider.
Like, this is a
Yeah.
skeleton, a
And I
zombie, and a
think
white.
you can obviously have a
Cool.
mix of
Nobody
them as
cares
well.
about those. We care about
You've
the
got
vampires
different
on
ways to do it.
horseback.
Lots of
And we
different
care about
ways.
your
It's
leaders.
just nice
The
to have
coolest
multiple things,
generic
right, where you can
vampire
immediately
count
start
army I
to
ever
play
saw
around.
was the
One
guy
of the
that did
big
the
things
Army of
about
Darkness.
ogres for their entire history
Yes.
is the idea of, like, big
And they turned the
heads,
black
that
carriage
kind
into
of
the
thing.
Oldsmobile with the propeller in the front.
Where the leader of your force is literally making a name for himself, achieving various feats. So being able to
That was the
kind
other
of
thing I didn't really like about Warhammer Fantasy
absolutely makes
was
sense.
what
those
really
units,
killed
we've
a
all
lot
seen
of it was
before
I
in
was
different
reading
ways.
through all the
The
special
next unit is
characters,
effectively a new
and
unit. These are the more
90%
beast
of the
cavalry,
lore
beast raiders.
always ended with they met their death at such and such from battle. I'm like, oh, so my guy's dead already.
The more beast
Yeah.
raiders are
Like-
fast-moving scout
That's
units,
why I like
the more
Undead
beast
Forces there,
cavalry,
because yeah, I
the
know he's
more
dead.
hard-hitting
It's like-
But it's like, so this vampire count dude, he's this cool badass. He's no longer in the game. In this current timeline, he's gone because they killed him already. So, like, why is he here?
Yeah.
Oh, you're playing every game before he died. It was the same deal with, like, Tycho and
Yeah.
Eldrad for a while. It's like, why are they still playable if they're dead?
Yeah, I always found that weird too. But,
And they're like, oh, you just play before they died. It's like, yeah, but then it's like, oh, I won. What does it matter? He dies in the end.
Obviously,
you know what it is? This is gonna sound weird, but I feel like also with fantasy, there was just too much faction-wise.
There was
And
a
I know
lot.
I'm saying this coming from 40k, but 40k has the whole galaxy. This is one world. Like, there was
Yeah.
just too much going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And it
people
wasn't
in this
all of it
world.
either. That's just all that had armies.
Yeah.
So just to confirm, you get 10 of those gluttons.
But Knights of Britannia, or Knights of Britannia, or whatever it is. It's like, why did that its own thing? Why isn't that just part of the empire at this point? I know they're separate, like, nations, but it's like, whatever.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So,
I'm surprised they came
what else
back.
is there to talk about? Well, I guess we
Yeah.
saw some things which.
Well, they have the Green Knight. You can't not have the Green Knight and the Lady of the Lake.
With the sort of more seekers component, right?
But
Yeah, so
I was very
one of the
surprised
big
when they were
things
like,
that
oh
the
yeah,
Warhammer
we're
Fantasy
bringing the
really
Britannia back. I was like,
another
the
fair
one
play
army
rather
you
than
really can't
necessarily,
copyright?
the Seekers, the Butchers,
Yeah.
and the things that follow in the Butcher's wake. The Butcher, again, is a model that's been out for a very long time, well worth an update. This model is a phenomenally cool upgrade.
Also deeply.
I love
Yeah,
the blood
very cool
splashing out of the
details,
pot.
Cool bits and detail pieces, but it's just not my cup. Like, I'm weird. I'm like, yeah, I like it, but I don't. Like, I think they did a great job, but it's not for me. Like, I have zero interest in
Like,
anything like this.
I would convert them up to be like elites for either a Nurgle army or Terminators and a Death Guard army. I wouldn't use these for Age of Sigmar.
Ogre Society basically is all about.
I wouldn't even like get them. Like, they look good, but not my thing.
Yeah.
As the will of the god.
I'm just saying, like, that's how if I use them, that's how I would use them. I wouldn't get them because I want to play the army.
Nah.
Godly power and manifest it as various different spells. A lot of their magic is to do with consuming something and then manifesting that into magic in some way, shape, or form.
Absolutely. There are more devotees of the gulping god.
I always thought it'd be
coming.
cool. Like,
This
we
is
hear about
one
it
of
in
those
40k,
hits.
like
These
this,
are
the Sons of
Ogre
Malice
Cleavers,
supposedly
and
will
they
work
are
through Malal
kind of
and
like
whatever else, and
butchers
then like, oh, those don't exist,
Yeah,
but they do
these are
exist, but they don't
fanatics.
exist.
That's
blah, blah, blah.
actually funny enough. After they were like, oh, they don't exist anymore, they allowed them to be mentioned in Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2, and that was after Gilliman came back, and they're like, the Sons of Malice roam the reigns. It's like, holy crap, GW allowed you to mention them?
Yeah, and then like, you know, Malal is a thing, anti-DDA, because the Sons of Malice didn't just exist, but like as far as like the god,
The
they
god,
worship, but that's not-
yeah.
there's only 4 gods, but
Yeah,
like,
because
we know
technically
there's
that god is like been replaced with Bellicor, technically, to a degree, because they have like the
Kinda.
same principle.
Right, but like it's just the fact that there's more than just the 4. And I thought
Yeah.
it would be really cool in fantasy if like instead of just being like the gulping god or whatever, it's like no, this is Malal, or because they were cannibals, like, you know, like that would have been cool. At least have it mentioned more up front, because
the thing that I really like
fantasy has Magnus. He was a sorcerer. He was a wizard,
Yep.
right? He's not Magnus the Red. He's Magnus the Red. It's different. Like it's so like what? Just bring Malal into your fantasy land or whatever, and make 40k
I
more
think
annoying.
I think the issue with it is the guy that I think it's the same deal with like Vec and all them. They own the character, but the guy that made it owns like a rights thing where he has to get paid if it gets brought up. So GW just
very weird.
GW just I'm not sure about Vec. I'm just guessing with Vec, but I know with the whole Mala thing, it was the dude who invented him left and made sure he retained some sort of copyright on the character so they couldn't use him. I think it's because it was like he came in a comic book or something. It was weird. So he's like in a weird limbo thing where GW can use him, but then they owe someone money if they do, kind of thing. So they just kind of pretend he doesn't exist.
To read them more to hear what they've got to say.
I love the fact
He don't exist.
That's just really cool.
These display models are also really cool, but they're always so big and bulky.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need a battle tome to learn all about.
And of course, battle tomes. They throw battle tomes like candy. I can never tell which ones are up to date and which ones aren't.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is a
And half the time they're pointless because the rules, the army rules are free.
Shown you almost all of the new models for the ogres. There's a couple more
Which
things on the way.
I like that idea. It's if you want to learn, if you just want to play the game, here's the data sheets. If you want to learn about the army you're playing, here's the book.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice.
Which is a great way to do it, because then you're just like, yeah. But I do agree with some of my friends, they should just skip out on the books and just go all digital. You know, you can still sell a digital code. You know,
Yeah.
there's ways to encrypt it so you can't share it.
Yeah.
You know, but I guess they have some sort of contract with the print factory, and they don't wanna give it up.
Fundamentally, they've got two big army special rules. The first of the army rules is if you are in combat with an enemy unit at the end of the turn, or you've defeated an enemy unit in combat, so eaten them basically.
I love how their battle traits are color-coded like stratagems in 40K.
You fight in,
Yeah.
and you can get a bunch of different rules. So this encourages your ogre army to just get stuck in. If they're in the middle of the enemy army, they can start getting bonuses. There's some really strong things. You've got stuff like run and charge.
So, what do you think is going to be the last thing they reveal, the big 40K reveal at the end?
And
I have no
then you've got
idea.
another special rule in there, which is basically like a
Maybe a
special when
redo
you
of some of the
charge
models.
into an enemy unit. You can basically say, would you like to stay where you are and take
Let's
the ogre
see.
charge, in which case you take a bunch of mortal wounds, or
Either
you
a
can
new
move backwards
character,
move backwards if you
maybe
want.
a new Primaris
In which case you're
Lieutenant. We
running-
haven't
if
gotten
you
one of
want
those in a
to
long time.
So it's really good.
Um,
Units off objectives.
Or a redo of, like I said, there's been rumors before we started this stream. We were talking about how there's rumors that the Predator, the Land Raiders in all variations, the Fire Strike turret, and the Hammerfall bunker are all going away, and the Rhino and the Razorback. Maybe there's some truth to that, and maybe they're going to be revealing a new like Rhino model.
I would definitely say like that would be a thing because the Rhino's an older model and everything else is scaled up. Getting a bigger Rhino would make a lot of sense.
Yes, and the only thing is I think the only reason I think they hold out on completely replacing like the Land Raider, the Predator, and the Rhino is because once they do that, you know, everyone's going to be freaking out because tactical squads and Devastator squads are going to go away, is what they're all going to say. And they're like, it's dead,
Well, the
it's
thing
dead,
is,
it's
what
dead, it's
people
dead.
forget is that they're not going away. It'll just be a new Rhino kit, and it'll be
Yeah.
a new Land Raider kit, and then you just get these new guys.
Yep. Oh,
Red
like
the Maw, that's a name.
Big name special characters
the Maw.
for the ogres as well. We're not going to go through everything on the sheet. Feel free to take a screenshot.
Red the
and
Maw.
peruse at your leisure.
So that's where the Red
Things
Maw
to
went.
call out are, this is an incredibly
Yeah.
durable character.
So glad he's gone. Well, he's still around. He just doesn't have rules anymore. That was the
Yeah,
dumbest
the
thing
Space
ever.
Wolf guy.
For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, there's a Space Wolf character. He's one of the Great Wolves. His title is the Red Maw. He's a werewolfen. So he's a regular Marine, but if he gets too battle lust, he morphs into a wolfen, murders everything, and then morphs back into a regular Marine. So like he has like the most Wolfen in his company, I believe, because he can control them, he can keep them in line. It's like the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, it's super dumb.
And
There's a lot of really stupid Space Wolf characters. I'll just say it as stupid because, like, oh, the illiterate Space Wolf that can't do anything except communicate with animals. Like, really? No.
Maybe they ate him when we weren't looking.
like Murderfang, who we don't know who he is because no one wrote down his name on his sarcophagus.
Yeah, I hate Murderfang.
I don't mind Murderface Murderfang, but they're really talking, like, this is like their big model sale for this stream, it seems like, because it feels like they've been talking about these guys for forever.
Is this the new army for Age of the Sigmar? Or is this just an update?
This is an update. I think the new army was the Chaos guys.
Well, I think ogres are really old. Like
yeah, they are.
Like I remember, like so. I think this is a complete refresh.
Yeah, this is like their big deal because this is when getting a lot of the models being refreshed.
Yeah.
Yep. Are they going? It looks like they're wrapping up.
We are still not done yet. There is still more awesome stuff to talk about in this big summer preview. Next, we're going down to the Underhive.
Oh yeah, Necromunda.
I keep forgetting Necromunda is a thing. I like the game mode of Necromunda. I'm not interested in Necromunda itself.
I like Zone Mortalis.
That's what I mean. Like that's the gameplay thing. That's what I say. This Saturday, tomorrow, the Necromunda, the Zone Mortalis journal gets uploaded so they're getting new rule update for that, and I'm like, sweet, I'm in for that. I love Zone Mortalis.
I really like Zone Mortalis for what you can do with terrain features, making the halls. I like what you can do for bases to get a really good theme and conversions to make the models look cool.
There's so many third-party sets that add to the GW kits the stuff that GW just doesn't have, that so you could really build up like the you're in a spaceship
and I wasn't even suggesting like actual kits. I just meant like you could scratch build a lot of cool stuff.
No, I'm just talking like there's just so many third-party things out there that complement the GW stuff so well. Like, I've got this cool this drop pod dock that actually holds a drop pod, so it's like, oh, we're in the drop pod bay of a strike cruiser. Bless you.
I had an idea for a Necron setup where you're going through caverns and it opens up to this big portal, and it's gonna use, I forget what it's called, but it's a thing you can buy off of Amazon or everywhere. And you turn it on, it makes like a weird electrical lightning effect in this little circle, and it's gonna you build stuff around it, so it looks like this weird Necron portal.
Okay. The new Necron boarding action terrain was actually really cool. I was surprised they did that. I was like, more of that, please.
Exactly.
Like, heck, I would love if they did a Zone Mortalis boarding action for all the factions, because
for sure.
Like, and you could do one for Tau. You would only really need one for like Tau, Necrons, Orcs, Eldar. What's great is some of them, like Eldar, you could just do one, and that does it for all of them. Because Dark Eldar, just make it dark.
Maybe put some spikes on it.
Yeah. You could. What you could do is you could sell upgrade packs for Chaos upgrade pack for the Imperial, Dark Eldar upgrade pack for the Eldar one. Then you just need a Tyranid one and a Tau one, and or you can even do Orcs. You could do an Orc upgrade pack for the Imperials. That saves you on sets, so you only really need to make 3 new full-on sets. An Eldar, I just say 3 because they already have a Necron one. They just need an Eldar, a Tyranid, and a Tau one. I would buy that. I would buy an Eldar boarding action base.
Necromunda is cool, but for what it is, I feel like that's not congested enough for me.
Yeah.
For Necromunda. Because it's the Underhive, right? Like, it's supposed to be kind of screwed up.
Yeah,
and also
supposed to be tight closed.
It's gonna sound stupid, but the factions are too mainstreamy for me. Like, I get it having uniform and certain but what I liked about original Necromunda is he had 1 or 2 factions that actually had uniforms. The rest was just we're a ragtag bunch trying to get by.
The core box set contents. It's 2 armies, the rulebook, templates, and some Zone Mortalis scatter terrain.
There's more to come in this new edition than just this. It's worth
Oh,
saying
so this is the new edition of Necromunda.
Necromunda, the thing that makes it so
Yeah.
exciting is this continuous war between the great gang houses. So there are 6 gang houses. that
What I
you
would
can play with
absolutely
if you
love
know Necromunda
for
well.
for
Essentially, you have
Necromunda,
the Orlocks,
just
the
to, not to
Vansars,
do,
Cawdor,
not to
Galak,
end it,
Escher,
but just
and Goliath.
this is
These
the
continue
gang
on
houses,
the
right?
way.
They're trying to
These
vie
are
for
Underhive
control of the
toolboxes.
Underhive, whatever.
These contain
I would
elements
just
you
love
already know
if,
if you're
like, in
familiar
like
with
sometime
Necromunda.
do it as a
Presented
Warhammer
in
Plus
a
animation
brilliant
or something
design that
for a
lets you
Necromunda
make
esque
one
like thing on
purchase
another
to
world.
start an entire
Have
Underhive
this,
crew of
have
your
a
own,
season of it
Underhive
raging on. This really cool pitched battle stuff, like oh, they seemingly
Warhammer.
powerful, and then
I
just
looked at the Underhive
to
chart
end
like,
it,
oh, that's
have like
essentially everything
one
you need.
tactical squad from a Random Space Marine chapter show up and
True.
eliminate
Um,
everybody, and just show how
to talk about
literally
quickly
they are
while we're
that
here,
weak in
obviously
comparison
this
to
box contains
actual
everything. If
armies,
you just
because
want
that's what
to
they are.
use
They're
the
not that
box, so you've
strong.
got loads
No.
of Necromunda
You
stuff
have
and
a
you
Space
don't
Marine
buy
squad going there and
the
annihilate
core box for some
everybody.
mad reason, then you can just buy the
Like
Necromunda
they're
book, which is
purging it
a
because it's all
large
tainted in their eyes.
hardback
That'd be
book which is
fantastic.
packed with lore and rules and all the good things that you would want to know about Necromunda.
Throw in some Gene Stealer cults, and that's why the Space Marines show up.
Yeah, you have a small starting with Gene Stealer cult, then you have screw it, Size of the Emperor just show up, or some random chapter that hardly gets attention shows up and annihilates the everything. And you're like, whoa.
I think they said something where like the size of the Emperor are like nearly gone or something.
They've been nearly gone every edition. It's always nearly gone.
Because I remember in like Call of the Great Work, it was like, I am one of the last of the size of the Emperors. It was like, oh, go join the Imperial Fists once you've been nearly eliminated as many times as them, then you can start complaining.
Still more. Really useful to have on the side of the table. You've got the core gang tactics cards. I find
The
having,
tactic
physical
cards.
things really useful when I'm playing Necromunda.
It was funny. It was funny. One guy I know was like, "Oh, great cards! You know, another thing to be useless at 2 minutes after it gets released." And we're like, "The game cards are the only thing they never update." And he's like, "Oh, like yeah, you forgot those are like the only things they never touch after they release them."
Addition to it now with these Factoria pipes, you'll find some Factoria.
I'm always a fan of. I do appreciate that they've been releasing a lot of terrain through Necromunda, but like I said, it's just some of it is very pricey.
I like infrastructure terrain, like things that aren't just buildings. Like so for Zone Mortalis, having pipes that are your walls and having things like that, so you're going. It's
Like
cool.
being inside a building.
Yeah, being inside something.
Precipice and watch them
I do like a bit of ash waste every now and again, though.
Yeah, yes, I agree. But it's something I
there is something cool about like having a little
time I
cross section of a
saw,
city.
yeah, I saw that for the first time and it just blew my mind. If you've never played Necromunda before, this really is a perfect jumping on point. Necromunda is a really exciting game.
Of course, the starter set is always a perfect jumping point if you've never played this game before.
And of course, if you ask a fan of any setting, they're going to be enthused to talk about it because they're a fan of the setting.
Sometimes they're too enthusiastic.
In the Underhive, the narrative that's been unfolding for the past few years, the Aranthian succession, is kind of done with, and I'm really excited to see where the team responsible for Necromunda take it in this new era. It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
And we are still not done.
Not done.
We are sticking around in the 41st millennium.
We're
going to go to Warhammer 40,000.
Oh yeah, Kill Team.
Kill Team. This is a game I want to give a shot to. I like Kill Team.
So is this Catachan?
Yes, it's Catachan. Like, you instantly knew who it was.
I'm assuming because I see a jungle and people, but it could be wrong.
Is it Sly Marbo?
He doesn't look nearly buff enough to be a Catachan. That's why I'm not sure.
Unseen for decades.
It's new Catachan.
Be nice.
Or the Toad. Wait,
Exodites.
Exodites. Holy
Yeah,
crap!
finally. Yep.
Whoa! That's... What? A stone singer? Oh,
Leyliner or whatever.
I am...
Knights.
Oh, wow. Holy crap, this... Wow.
So is that a precursor to eventual 40k army? Who knows?
Most likely, at the very... Or it might be like Harlequins, where they'll probably be wrapped in to the Codex.
Like an elite detachment or something.
Yeah.
Really, right?
This is awesome. So obviously, every time we have a new Kill Team box set, it's really exciting.
Holy crap.
This one, I think, it will be.
I gotta tell my one buddy, he's gonna flip out.
Warhammer 40,000 Exodites.
It's cool to see Exodites.
last.
I
awesome
would
bits
get that
of
kill
Warhammer
team.
40,000 lore. Whenever we get to kind of unveil a cool new corner of the millennium,
Like,
it's always very exciting. I think
holy
it's,
crap.
absolutely forward
Like, I
to
think,
little corner.
so, I think I found my kill team army. Let's see, let me get all, let's see, get the, little here.
Guys were like, no, thank you very much, and they left main society and they settled on places.
Now, here's
It's
the
nice
thing.
to see that they took what was left over from Warhammer Fantasy, Elf, and Lizardman and threw Eldar on top of it.
Full of all sorts of weird, wonderful creatures.
You know what it reminds me of
Eldar
almost?
society
It reminds me a little bit of
in the fall,
Tau.
the Exodites were one of the few
Like,
Yeah.
I see examples of
now in the 41st millennium, they have
Kroot.
these pockets of
not that they clearly aren't Kroot, but like I can see that like
Yeah.
it's a nice solidifying thing of like primitive meets tech.
There's always a war coming. So whenever their planets are invaded, they have to defend
And
them with whatever tools they
I
can find
like
available.
what they're
And the
talking
closest
here.
is giant
I kind
reptilian
of hope they
beasts
don't
that
go
can
into
ride
40k
battle.
because
Incredible fun to play
Exodites
with.
don't go to war. War comes to them.
Right, which is why I could see them being like a fact, you know, for people who want to have an Exodite themed force, maybe having stuff that you could use in it with.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everybody's got to represent the defending force at some point.
In terms of how it plays in Kill Team, it plays in a really interesting and unique and unusual way. All of your units have APL 4, which is wild.
Absolutely.
In Kill Team, so you can do all sorts of cool maneuvers. They are very, very fast, as you would imagine, faster than almost anything else in Kill Team.
That's
they can leap up
that's
up
pretty
the
cool.
terrain, so if you think that your sniper at the back of the
Yeah,
barrel
looks
is
Like,
nice and
I
fast,
like the little
but
baby
on
dragon.
Ruin, think again,
They
'cause,
look
the
you know what's
giant
also
reptilian
cool is how you
Eldari
say
warriors
with
about situations where they
Lizardmen,
have
they don't look
and
like they just
you
ripped
have
the
three
Lizardmen
very
models
different kinds
and
of
just
characters.
put
No,
Eldar
no,
on
no.
them.
You've got a
Like,
warrior archetype,
oh,
a
he
mage
has
archetype,
Fuang's
a
old,
sniper
the old
archetype,
Fuang
so
fire
very
axe.
different things for your Kill Team.
So here on the screen you can see the
I just noticed that. That was the old Fuang flaming axe that he had on his old model. Nice little touch there. These guys look really good.
They do look good. I like that they look like
They look
look
unique.
They don't look like something out of 40k or fantasy already. I just mean like they got the vibe of being like from obviously the jungle and whatnot. And
Yeah, they look different. With like you can
Yeah.
recognize them as Eldar, but like their aesthetics, like the shield looks different. Some of the weaponry is the same, like the long rifle, the fire axe. But there's enough like, oh no, these are totally different Eldar.
They look Eldar enough that you're not saying that's just high elves in 40k. So.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Of course, it's orcs. It's always orcs.
Well, yeah, they are usually what
If
the
these
Exodites are
if these
fighting.
aren't snakebite orcs, I'll be really mad.
No, these are the beast dudes.
Yeah,
That
but,
beast
the
clan.
snakebite-
No, the Snakebites
but-
are a different group.
I know. I'm saying I want them to be snake bites. They just use a bunch of leather and stuff, and they.
You can paint them as snake bites.
Monsters, and they're like, this is a paradise. Look at all these giant beasts we can hunt. The Eldar are obviously much less keen on that than the orcs, and they have to try and drive off the orcs so you can play through this campaign. Also, of course, all the stuff
Someone
that
sent in our group chat, "Oh, Matt, change your pants, Exodites."
Yeah, just to give a shout out to that Kill Team Exodite.
I love
Saying all
how
this stuff can be used in 40k, so I wonder what that means for the Exodites.
that means they're going to be in the Eldar Codex as a battle
Right,
entry
but
like
I wonder what-
Harlequins.
I wonder what they're gonna be though. Like,
There's,
I
I don't know.
like, and how do you justify that? You have your Elder Force, and it's like, I took that wrong turn the webway. Where the hell am I? It's like,
Yeah, and then we brought. It's okay, guys. We brought the Amish with us.
Yeah.
The closest thing we've got to the
The Eldar Amish is exactly what they are.
It is.
Warhammer 40,000 art from some of the early editions. This is effectively a fast.
Did you get the
cavalry
reinforcements?
unit of
I brought the
Exodites
Amish.
riding around
Alright.
these reptilian beasts. And they work a little bit.
That's not what I meant by
against
reinforcements.
Shining Spears.
I like the
This
hunting
idea,
dogs.
they actually have laser lances, which is
Yeah.
the same weapon that Shining Spears have.
Yep.
So they punch pretty hard.
Laser
While they're riding
lances,
backfighting, who's a good
rifles.
Reptile beast.
These are cool. I like these
So they hit
guys.
really, really hard. They're like they're not super.
And I
strong,
like
but
how
they're
we-
not
they're
like-
laser
You get
lances,
the
but they're
Stone Singer to make you some furniture. It's way better than our Bone Singers.
Eldari army. So they can be quite a useful little unit. I think we will see them dotted around various Warhammer 40,000.
But
battlefields
it's
and Eldar
so this box
costumes.
set's just these
The
three
other,
guys.
forces in this box, the
they're
dragons,
really focusing on just the
masters,
same
they
3,
also
4
use
guys.
Warhammer
Yep,
40,000.
because they're the only ones in
Very
the kill
different
team. Because like this guy, that stone dude, that dude, I don't think they're in the box set.
character in your Eldari army. army. So you've got the kind of lone op sniper, you've got your fast moving hero, you've got a kind of buff support piece. So effectively, this one kill team provides you with 4 different data sheets for Warhammer 40,000 Eldari army. So it's a really flexible little.
Yeah, no kidding.
So they're coming with data sheets for the Eldari armies.
So
Okay.
Exodite contains 3 Exodites and the 2 Dracolites. Obviously, these models will be available separately down the line. So if you wanted to put loads into your army, that's completely legit. There are loads of reasons that an Eldari force might have Exodites in it as well. When you look at the history of the Eldari, the Craftworld Biel-Tan is so affronted at the state of the Maiden Worlds that they aggressively defend Maiden Worlds from any interference. Obviously, Alitok is known for the Rangers who travel around the webway and they visit all the Maiden Worlds on a regular
I like the icon for the Exodites.
The Eldari come into conflict with other races, right? They don't seek it out particularly, but one of the things that they have is this sort of cultural association with these planets, and whenever anyone invades, it's almost like it's sacrilegious, right?
Yeah, sort of protecting the last true
absolutely,
ancient
yeah,
Eldari,
yeah.
really.
So this is almost always why the Eldari will get involved in a fight somewhere, is that the craft worlds can fly off, but planets can't really. So when the Imperium shows up and
Yet. Planets can't fly off yet.
Wonderful paradise world, you have to kind of go and kick them off.
Yeah, absolutely. It's worth having a little look at the models, I think.
Okay, so it's either they can either be turned into the Dragon Knights or they can be turned into the 3 characters.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the Dragon Knights are the kill team, and the characters are just for like 40k.
Model, and I think they're going to be quite popular with people who want to do just beautiful paint jobs, right? They're going to lend themselves really towards that.
Yeah, I mean the models are beautiful.
I like the skets. I kind of like the sketsy looking dragon heads. Like they remind me of the Sketskis from Dark Crystal.
Just a really, really excellent miniature.
I look at them, I just think,
I'd be amazed.
So much for Shining Spears getting something. Here we got these guys.
Hey, the Shining Spears got a new pretty ballin' kit.
They're not bad, but it's just like, now here's dragons that they're riding. It trumps anything. It's like, damn it.
You were going to get Shining Spears for your army until they brought out these guys. It's like, well, they've got dragons.
I think they're going to be a joy to paint, and I can't wait to see them on the battlefield.
Absolutely. As I said before, like who had Exodites on their 2026?
And of course, being me in my fluffy self, I'd only field them in my Eldar army if we're doing a mission where it's on a Maiden world.
Yeah.
I was like, why don't you bring out the Exodites? They're so good. We're on an Imperial world. They wouldn't be here.
Really, we've seen them properly.
It was like one.
They're on Rumspringa, so they're coming to see what everything.
Oh, this battle's taking place on Terra. There are no Exodites on Terra.
Other than that, they've existed in the stories and in some scattered pieces of artwork. So, what a happy time. We're very excited. And also, the love and passion that spilled out of the Warhammer studio as they told us about them was just infectious. So
I guess they're the new faction.
Very exciting. What else is there to say? We have come to the end of our.
That was a lot of stuff, Adam.
That was the last stuff.
We said it was about 90 minutes, and
So yeah, Exodites are the new thing for 40k.
Yep.
Nice.
Preview.
It's been lovely to have you with us.
I will say they talked about the ogre for 3 times the length.
Yes, they did.
Right now, somebody asked in the chat. What the cost
weird.
to the Warhammer Academy? The cost is nothing. It is free. You'll need to log in and sign up, but it is designed to help.
I'm gonna. That's probably the one thing I'll be looking forward to, aside from the Eldar Codex, because I've got enough Eldar models.
If you've got more questions, well, we've got good news. A few weeks back, Eddie and I did a Q&A, and we had a nice time doing it.
They did actually answer my question on that Q&A. Answered. They kind of did like a haphazard, like cheeky response.
Yeah.
That is where you can start.
I basically said, will the Lion and Gilliman finally meet this edition? They were like, oh, the galaxy's pretty big. Like, I get it. They don't want to reveal any big narrative event that's happening just yet. But
we'll go through those questions. We'll pick the best ones.
We'll see.
It's surprising that they ended it on Kill Team. Not just because, yeah, you can use them in 40k, but I was kind of hoping for a more concrete 40k only.
I was kind of expecting something more for Space Marines.
Who pressed the buttons and moved the models around and made it all work. You are champions. Thank you, Eddie, for knowing all the answers.
Like, yeah, I was surprised that they ended it on a Kill Team box set. Okay, and that was the live preview event. So, what'd you think?
Not bad. Exodite's cool because Exodites. We have never seen them really.
That was the first. That is the first time was seeing the Exodites.
You
Um,
know, I would gladly have them become a full-blown codex so we can get rid of Votan. Uh, if they could get rid of the squats and just replace them with Exodites, I'd be okay with that. But,
Votan.
I don't like it. I don't like squats. But I call them
Okay.
squats because
Okay, so just going quickly here. So this is what it was. So in the Kill Team gang, that's the three characters: Clanblade, Stone Singer, and Lace Stalker, and the Dracoliths. But the box set comes with bits to turn them into Exodite Dragon Knights, which are a unit that can be used in Warhammer 40,000.
makes sense.
Yeah, the Dragon
They already
Master's
have.
kit can alternatively be assembled as lance-armed Exodite Dragon Knights who will have rules for Warhammer 40,000. We'll have more on these rules soon, so stay tuned to the Warhammer community.
Yep.
And then there's going to
Man.
be a Exodite box set, which has the Kill Team book, the cards, and the tokens.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Don't get me wrong. Not a bad reveal of stuff. I feel like they just talked way too long about the ogres. Like for me, like again, I'm not into that, but like the ogres, are my understanding, are a refresh, and the Exodites are brand new, and they're like, "Here's some Exodites, okay, bye."
Yeah, they
It's
did.
like-
They're usually what it's like I said, if it's not the big three, they don't really focus on it too much.
Yeah, but when it's a whole brand new, like,
Yeah,
I mean,
no, like,
a
right.
little more than the ogres, please.
But like when it's not them, when it's not Age of Sigmar 40k, they're like, okay, bye. But it was very surprising that they ended it with a Kill Team reveal. I granted Exodites is a big deal because that was probably the one army no one really thought they would ever do.
Well, because like you said, they're Amish. They don't
Yeah.
go anywhere. Like they don't.
Yeah, and like you
They're
said,
not-
if you listen to the preview, they specifically said, "Oh yeah, the Exodites are completely. Oh wait, do go to battle all the time whenever their planet's intact." Like they specifically pointed out that it's when their planet's attacked. Granted, maybe one or two of them, like a squad, may join a bunch of Altiak Rangers going off and they end up just getting commandeered into a fight, but they're never like, to war, my friends, and they invade Cadia. Though that's what Abaddon hasn't tried yet. He hasn't tried sending dinosaurs to Cadia.
Well, he doesn't need to anymore, but
And these beautiful, beautiful dragon models that I'll never be able to paint as pretty as these.
Yeah. That's one thing. And I've seen a lot of really cool things get painted on like the interwebs. I'm nowhere near it, but like whenever we see a preview from like their heavy metal team still has it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they still
make beautiful painted models.
And what I like about them, because like I've seen a lot of cool stuff that people do: object source lighting, glow effects, non-metallic metal, and they've done some non-metallic metal with the heavy team, but like, for lack of a better term, we're seeing like the Custodes or the Exodites or the Orc trucks. They're painted up in what you would call normal painting.
Yeah,
and it's really high quality, and it looks really good. Like it's really high quality. They're not doing I'm not calling object source lighting a cheeky gimmick or a silly gimmick, but like you can cover up detail a bit and not do a crazy shading gradient when you have the object source lighting over there because it's meant to glow.
Yep.
So you can kind of do some things that way. So the fact that they do everything normal is really nice.
90% of what they do is just simple blending and brushwork.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Like, I know sometimes I see people on the interwebs, it pops up because it's
the algorithm,
attention, right?
Yeah, the algorithm tells you.
That and it's to get attention, so they'll like harshly critique a heavy metal paint job.
Yeah.
Like,
all the time.
Really, bro? And it's like, okay, there's nobody's gonna say it's a bad paint job. Maybe you prefer non-metallic metals over true metallic metals. Maybe you prefer object source lighting when something looks like it's energy because you want to get that effect. You want the more cinematic or whatever. But you have to remember, every metal is painting it so you look at the model, not the effect.
Yep.
And that's the big thing about their paint job is the model, not the effect, and it looks really good all the time. You'd have to go back to like 90s era heavy metal paint schemes to really be able to critique them and have justification. Like it takes that level to go that far back. I don't know if you looked at any like retro like Golden Demons from like the 90s and stuff. I still can't paint that good.
Dude, probably the most frustrating thing of all time for me when I do any of these when I watch any of these painting videos, they're like, okay, now put your paint up here and make sure it's a little wet. Okay, make sure it's a little wet. Now, perfect. Now just take your other color, place down here, go up, and the two colors will mist and blend together. Okay, start with here, flip, 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 and the paint took over the entire model. My paint did not do what you just said it would do. This is why I try watching paint tutorial videos all the time. I need to go to Gen Con and just get one and take one of those painting classes because I need the dude to be sitting right there and go, okay, this is why you're a dumbass. Let me show you how to do it right. Because clearly the video isn't belittling me enough to tell me what I'm doing wrong.
It would be cool to go to like a Gen Con and sit down on one of those things and actually have a hands-on experience for one.
Yes.
For like it would be fun to experience that.
Because I think that's one of those things where I could get some things to work, like those old Duncan videos. I could usually replicate a lot of what he painted. Blending is the killer for me. I can never get blending to work right, but a lot of times if I follow a Duncan video, I could do it. I've tried that other girl, Rogue Painter, I think her name is. Yeah. Her stuff, I could do some of it, but I can't do all of it as good as her.
And then like I can, if I sit down and cared, I could do like that crazy like power sword effect where it's like a gradient on one half and the other half and it gets darker and
that's the
light,
closest I can do.
Like that's about all I can do for anything technical with that. But like I can do oil paint effects and I can do like certain things, but like the two things I can't do is like I've watched stuff before I figured out how to do the orange the way I like it, which is taking a contrast color I forget and thinning it down with contrast medium so it's actually a glaze and works that way, and doing it over a bleach bone color. That's how I get my orange that I like. But I was watching stuff for yellow and orange, and I was watching stuff with airbrush, and like it doesn't work that way when I do it. It's not. I don't understand.
Like sometimes I can get it to work. Like I said, my biggest thing is blending. With specifically wet blending. It never works out. My paint never stays. It's usually, okay, put this color on, then put this other color on, and they'll both be wet and they'll blend together. I go, okay, I put this color on, I get the other color's dry. Other guy, make it really thin and it will perfectly blend in. I'm like, okay, make it really thin, perfectly blend. There's a giant line that shows exactly where I painted. Like, blending never works the way they show it for me. I should just literally sit down with a piece of paper and just practice blending, but I'm too lazy to do that.
Yeah, I know what you mean with a lot of stuff. Like, I follow on certain things, and it's like, oh, I didn't work.
Yep.
All right, then.
But looking through, like I said, so out of all of this, the Exodites was the one thing that I was the most excited for. I'm happy the orcs are getting a glow up. The painted terrain looks really nice. Custodes, yeah. I'm happy one of my friends is going to be like finally, because he invested heavily in Forge World stuff, because he was like, oh, at one point it was all usable and then it wasn't, and he's like, grr, I want it to be all usable in 40k, and now that they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna come back and like support it a little more for 40k, it's glad to see that he's going to get some loving for a lot of what he invested in, because he has really no interest in 30k, because I'm like the only person he knows that plays. The painted terrain looks phenomenal. The new Chaos Old World army, love them, they look great. The ogres, cool. Not really interested in Warhammer Age of Sigmar to be excited about that. Necromunda again. Love the terrain. Don't really care about the game. Happy to see that Legion, that the Warlord is getting some love. A lot of those weaponry are getting into plastic. Doesn't do me too much good because I already own all the resin versions of them. And like I said, I'm not even sure if I'll keep them. I keep every other week. I ask myself, will I get rid of them? We'll have to see. And the new animation, I love the idea. Like I said, I hope we get to hear what the Butcher's Nails sound like. I hope we get to see I'd love to see the idea of him slowly degrading into this mindless murder machine. It's makes me glad that I have a Warhammer Plus subscription.
Nice.
And thankfully, we now have a paint set with 2 Marines.
Yeah, well, what it looks like now, I'm looking at the getting started boxes. No, he said it only comes with blue and gold.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think it comes with 11 paints total. It just shows you the blue and gold.
Yeah, there's 2 different ones. The Space Marine box set. Oh no, it says it has times 11.
That's what I was saying. Like they were just showing the main color of the armor, but it comes with all 11 paints, just like the orcs do.
Glitters, goals.
So,
and 11 paints, which have been specifically selected for that particular faction. Okay, so yeah, so
that's better.
So it's probably the white and the red and all the other stuff in there.
Yeah, everything needed to do a second company with some first company support and a base color.
Your traditional stuff.
It's not just blue and gold. Well, yeah, it's
the new paint sets.
That's nice. I was hoping for Mark V armor, but one day.
Yes. I was a little surprised. I thought we were going to get that.
Yeah, I mean it's just mostly for I want it mostly for the helmet and the we have studded shoulder pads, but like studded legs would be nice. Well, yeah, not bad. A solid preview. Not as much as I was expecting for not 40k, to be honest with you.
Mm.
It really isn't that much. It was chaos and ogres. You know, for not the 40k universe. And Blood Bowl, but I mean, Blood Bowl is it's practically forgettable for me. I almost forgot they talked about it.
But pretty interesting preview to say the least. Like I said, probably the most exciting part about it for me was I was excited for 30k, but then it was just like, oh, it's just Custodes. Oh well, because I don't play Custodes. So yeah, the big thing for me for this one would have definitely been the kill team. This may actually get me a proper kill team. I do have the Striking Scorpions kill team, but from what I'm told, it's so bad people kind of go, yeah, that's not a kill team that exists. So, yeah, no, even Phil's been going, yeah, because I showed him the kill team box, like, oh, I just picked up some Striking Scorpions. He goes, yeah, the Striking Scorpion kill team sucks. And I was like, well, I'm only playing it for 40k. They're only available in the kill team box, so.
Yeah.
So, but it's good to know that if I wanted to play kill team, I shouldn't play with the whatchamacallit, the Striking Scorpions. I have the Striking Scorpions kill team, and I have the Scouts skill team, and I have the Mandrakes. But again, those are all primarily for 40k. The Exodite one seems like, which is kind of thing I'm liking. I kind of like that when they do that with kill team, is the box set makes a character. Those characters are only used in this game. Like, I'll be very upset if they're like, oh no, the Stonesmith is in the Eldar Codex. It seems like a lot of times they'll do that where they'll be like, oh yeah, all the characters are in 40k, but I'm hoping that these 3 characters stick to just being in Kill Team.
Yeah, no, they should.
But
Just to make
we'll
it
see.
easier for what you can do.
But because that's going to be curious then, is when it comes out as a 40k kit, will it have those 3 character bits in there or not?
Right. But
We'll
yeah,
see.
it's cool. I do hope next time they do a reveal that maybe they do just decal packs.
Decals. They're so easy to do. I'm surprised. Like, the Forge World, they're always sold out, so clearly they sell. Like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't keep those around. It's literally just a file on a printer.
Yeah.
Granted,
I,
a lot of them, they do like the pre-cuts in them, so I guess that makes it a little more complicated. They should just go to traditional water decals and, just make everybody cut them. You know?
Although the pre-cut is super nice. I love
Pre-cut's super nice, but I find sometimes the pre-cuts aren't the best. Granted, they've gotten better. I remember back in the day, they used to be off-center, or they'd be so big, it's like, why do I have all this space around? There have been a couple times where I've trimmed down the pre-cuts because the border's way too big. That would be great if they just did, like, on-demand printing of transfers. Just get a guy to make every type of transfer under the sun.
Well, they should. I mean, I don't see any reason why they couldn't outside of like whatever.
Yep.
Like you said with the pre-cuts, but outside of that, why not? So I don't know, but yeah, that's the only thing I could see that would be a cool out of nowhere thing is that type of support, but not bad for what they did. The Exodus was a nice welcome surprise.
Very.
And otherwise, all orcs coming first. All it means is that when the Space Marine Codex comes out, it's going to be even more wild.
Yeah, they're gonna. They're gonna curb stomp them for sure. So we have hit a fitting ending to this live stream reaction for everybody. Let us know in the comments, what did you like? What did you not like? What are you hoping for? What are you not hoping for? Add in all your thoughts on there. Let us feel free, drop a comment. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon so YouTube will tell you that these videos are out, and give this video a like to help it circulate. That does the channel a lot of good, and we'd really appreciate it. And so, thank you all for watching, and until next time, Fearless Gamers, take care.
Peace.